All right, so I've got another collection video here. Now, this one I'm actually really excited about, and I thought it was going to take a lot longer to get here. This one came all the way from Australia. So this was a collection that I bought off Auction Zip from an auction house somewhere in Australia. I forget exactly where it was, but this is actually two collections. So it's two lots in there. Each one was probably a couple thousand Magic cards. What I liked about it was I think there was like a dark steel booster box. I saw some older boxes from older sets that at least like 10 years old. Didn't see a lot of the individual cards. They weren't really spread out very much, but I like the age and I figured I'd take a chance on it. So here's the thing. So the cost of this collection wasn't too bad. The cards themselves was like $320. I want to say it was in that range, but the shipping, oh my God, the shipping cost me $290 just for the shipping. So that cost me just as much almost as the collection. What's funny is because it was like a shipping service, and I get it that they air shipped it from Australia to Massachusetts over here in the United States. So, and it came super quick. Like it was like 5 business days it was here from when they shipped it. So that's very cool. But still, that seems like a lot of money to pay for shipping. So my expectation is that the quality of shipping is 11 out of 10. I mean, it's got to be like Spinal Tap turned up to 11. If I'm paying $290 for shipping. So here we go. We're going to open this up. This is probably going to be a longer video. So what I'll probably do is kind of unpack it and then go through. It'll probably be a couple of these. It's probably the invoice right there. So let's see. Packing paper. Okay. Pretty good. Ixalan box. Okay. Not complaining yet, but that's a little loose. That's okay. That might be the dark steel box I saw. Okay. What is this? Looks like, okay, a shoe box with some tape on the top. All right, what I'm gonna do is let's just start taking this out and put it on the counter here. And let's see how this is packaged up. I got just a box here, some loose cards, sure. Ixalan box. Oh, come on. It's not even taped or nothing. For $290. They could have used some tape. All right, here we go. Put this aside. What do we got here? Dark steel box, not taped either. Oh, man. All right. There's a dark steel box. Okay. Full of cards. That's good. See some, what are these, like intro packs? What's this, Invasion? Little box with Invasion on top. What do we got? What kind of sets we got here? Scourge. Okay. Focus. Scourge. All right. So age is pretty good. Again, what I saw was, I feel like it was kind of like at least 10, 15, 20 years old. Deck boxes. Let's see real quick. Deck boxes, some sleeve cards. Okay. Old penny sleeves. Skin thinner. I'm not sure what set that is. I'll have to look in a minute, but all right, cards in there. That's good. Put those aside. All right. What the hell is that? What the hell? Okay, luckily it's just a Plains Magic Origins. For $290, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be upset about a couple of basic lands, but come on now. All right, let's keep pulling this out. This one's got tape on it. Okay, that one's good. This looks like a shoebox full of cards. All right, and here, okay, so I did see a bunch of these kind of like deck boxes. There's cards in there. Okay. Again, none of this is really shown as far as what was in there. These could have been empty boxes. There's something in there. Yeah, there's something in there for sure. Okay, let's pull these out of here. So I guess the packing's not bad. I mean, again, this is just me being kind of like complaining, but like, yes, those are basic lands, but they could have been anything when you think about it. So, I mean, again, when you pay that much for shipping, I guess it's pretty good. I don't know. Was it $290 worth? I don't think so, but all right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that over there. So this is what I'm looking at right here. So pretty good. Let me get this all in sight. Let's move these boxes out of the way. We don't need to see these right now. Let's get this trash 7th edition box out of the way. We don't need to see that. Ice Age, the Dark. No one likes those sets anyways. Those are old stuff. It's not new. No one likes the old stuff. All right, here we go. No real rhyme or reason. I'm just throwing this all in front here. A bunch of deck boxes, a bunch of these, and a big shoe box here. I'll put it to the side. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. This is the collection. Yes, this was 2 lots. I thought it actually was going to be more cards, to be honest with you. But, maybe they just condensed them down or something like that. But so basically, excuse me, $320 for the cards, $290 for shipping. So I'm down, what was that, like $610 or so? Basically, that's what I'm looking at. And we're going to take a quick look through here. Again, this is probably going to be several videos, I think, just because of the amounts, what I'm seeing here. All right. got my scanner all set up. Let's just start digging, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll just start right here. What is this, first of all? Very cool Dragon deck box. Ultra Pro. All right. What do we got here? All right, some sleeve cards. Maybe a deck. Partial. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm guessing a deck or a partial deck at least. It's stuck in there. A little curl to them, too. Treetop Scout. Okay. Let's see. Let's just start digging in. So a lot of these, again, okay. Scourge, Legion, Seaboard Muse. Very nice. I know that's a good hit right there. Isn't that a game changer now? It's a game changer. It's a game changer. $20.25 for the market price to start us off. Okay, that's pretty good. Put that over there. A lot of these, again, these sets I'm not fully familiar with. I wasn't around these times, so I'm not sure. Form of the Dragon, Scourge, Enchantment. It's a rare. Bulk rare. It's a bulk rare. Furnace Dragon from Dark Steel, I believe. Let's see. I can scan them through these sleeves most of the time. Bulk rare. Okay. Wirewood Chandelier, Legions, uncommon. Yeah, okay, I thought so. $1.67. It's pullable. 8th Edition Mountains. Worm's Tooth from Dark Steel. I don't think these are anything, but I'm probably going to be scanning a lot of these. No, that's not that. I pull up like the Spanish version of something. Dark Steel. No, nothing. Okay, there's nothing there. Because I'm not familiar with all these, so I will probably be scanning a lot of these uncommons and taking a look. Dragon, Speaker, Shaman, 422. Okay, from Scourge, that'll work. Very cool lands. The Channeler, I think, was nothing. 8th edition. Well, we're sure. It's a common from Onslaught, but yeah, 227. Okay, 2 of those. That'll work. Dragon Roost from Onslaught. Anything dragons with Tarkir, you always got to check. You never know. Bulk right there. Furnace Dragon. Did I do that one already? Furnace Dragon. Nothing there. Okay. You know, I haven't checked as the condition of these. I'm not sure. Because again, as I said, these condition can absolutely kill. Get a little curl to them. See that? But actually, the condition's good. It's actually very nice. Okay. Cool. So they probably sat in these sleeves for the past 15 years in someone's basement until someone dropped them off at a Goodwill. And then, or not a Goodwill. This was actually from the other one. So wherever it ended up, and then they just auctioned it off. So cool. Imperial Hellkite. Scanning. Nothing there. It's a bulk. Taunting Elf. So it was an Elf Dragon deck. Imperial Hellkite. Just did one of those. That's bulk. Timberwatch Elf. Not really. Taunting Elf, put that aside again. Like the 8th edition lands, very cool. Kilnmouth Dragon from Legions. 90 cents, kind of a bulk rare. Treetop Scouts. See, I was like a dragon elf deck. Another one of those. Worm's Tooth, that's nothing. Shaman was good, that was like $4. And the Bladewing, Rorsch's Bladewing from Onslaught. Okay. Come on. You can scan. You can do it. You can scan. Come on, you can do it. There it goes. 86 cents for market. Okay, so a couple cool pullables off the bat right there. Put the bulk over here. All right, not a bad first little tint. Let's keep going. I'm guessing this is probably just decks, right? Wow, look at these penny sleeves. Okay, these have not seen the light. There's even like a yellowing to them. Wow, these have not seen the light in a long time. Champions of Comic Force. Decree of Savagery from Scourge. No, bulk rare right there. Those mites. I don't think these are anything. Nope. Tangled Ass. Door to Nothingness. I love this card. So I had a rule whenever I put this in a deck, I only cast it on myself when it was 1v1 at the end of the game. Scute Mob from OG Zendikar. Nothing there. Just because you know who won, but it made it more fun. Kadama the North Tree from Champions. Nothing there. My bulk rare. Tangled Asp. The Leaf Collar commons from Champions. These are worth checking because I don't know some of these. Takes a second anyways to scan them. Commune with Nature? I think so. Nope, I guess I was wrong. Love the old lands, Mirrodin lands, very cool. Panoptic Mirror. That was just unbanned in Commander, wasn't it? I think it was. Let's check the condition. This is a beat up old sleeve. This was just unbanned. Great condition, yeah. So this probably just sat in these sleeves for the past however many years. Very nice. I guess I'll put it back in these trash sleeves for now. For now. Okay. Very nice. I'll take that Panoptic Mirror. 47.67 market. Joiner Adept, 5th Dawn. 201. Sure, we'll take that. These were nothing, I think, these commons. It's a Shaman. It's a snake. Nothing really there. Kadama's Reach, those are always good. Yeah, $1.46. Loxodon Warhammer from Mirrodin Uncommon. Not really. Forgotten Ancient from Scourge. Printed 1,000 times, right? Printed 1,000 times. Yeah, bulkish. Those Mycosynth Lattice. Okay, now we're talking Darksteel. Okay, so this is a good pickable collection so far. 1406. Very nice. Oh, this might be a good one then. We're only 2 decks in. Secure Tribe Elder. We'll take those. Yeah, buck. Decoy. Yeah, see, again, some of these counts I don't know. So I'm gonna check. The Egg Watcher, these weird kind of like upside down cards from Kamigawa. I didn't play during this era, so I remember the first time I saw some of these, I was like, what in the hell is that? That is nothing. Tribe Elder again, we'll take those. Roaring Slagworm, again, I think that's Darksteel. No, bulk rare. OG Zendikar Full Art Lands. Those are just cool. I don't think they really are worth anything. Buck, I guess. Okay, so probably buy listable. These arts for these old ones are incredible. Mirrodin Lands, absolutely love the arts. Future Sight, Llanowar Mentor, probably nothing. It's just only common. Nope, nothing. The Warhammer, okay, pick that aside. Another Secure Tribe Elder. Another Secure Tribe Elder, always take those. Love these lands, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Wear Away as a common. Nothing there. Sashiro the Anointed from Champions. 845. Sure. Legendary Snake Monk. Oh, the Snake. Okay, so Snake Tribal, sure. Dryad Arbor. Very nice. Okay, I like this so far. 715, another Forgotten Ancient. Nation, I think very good start here. Yeah, all right. That Panoptic Nier was incredible. Yeah, that was just unbanned like, what, a couple of weeks ago or like something? And it probably went from like $2 to $47 because all of a sudden everyone's got to use it now. All right. Let's keep rolling. So another deck. Sure, let's see. All right, Machanites, Darksteel. Nothing there. Gemini Engine, it's a rare from Darksteel. Nothing, it's bulk rare. Cool Plains, nice Onslaught lands. Love these beautiful lands. Golem's Eye. Okay, so Darksteel, MC Mirrodin, and Fifth Dawn. There can be a lot of commons and uncommons that are pullable on that side. There's a lot. None of these, I don't think, but I'm just going to check them real quick. Spell Bombs, no. Steel Shaper's Gift. That was the only printing before Commander Masters reprinted, I believe. 387, yep. Very cool lands. Oh, man. Unglued. No. Unglued? I forget. Unglued, Unhinged. Unhinged. 814, sure. Mirrodin's Core. I don't think that's anything. No. Mana Leak. Sword of Kaldra. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. 1879. If you does combat damage to a creature, remove that creature from the game. Yeah, okay. Creatures +5/+5. Okay, yeah, very nice. Shield. Okay. Oh, wait, is this like a thing where if you have all of them? Equipment names. So if you have this, that makes this one indestructible. Okay, very cool. And this is indestructible. All right, let's see. 672, sure. Morningstar if you're common. Nothing there. Okay. Yeah, see, I was hoping that it would have a lot from these old sets because, again, there's a lot of cool old stuff that just hasn't been reprinted yet. Whisper Silk Cloak for the common. What, $2-3, right? 361. Slagworm Armor. I think some of these are pullables. Yeah, 292 for the armor. The Worker. Nothing there. Mana Leak. Another Whisper Silk Cloak. Let me guess, probably a playset in here, I would think. There's another one. Awesome. Hybrid. I don't know. No. Reshape. Darksteel Rare. 341. Fantastic. Spell Bombs, no. Arcbound Worker. No, nothing there. Then Sun Standard from Mirrodin. Bulk. Cyanide Artificer from Darksteel. Okay. Nothing. Bulk rare right there. Vex. Common. Nothing. Arcbound Sith. Nothing there. Thin common. No. Machinate. Was that a thing? The Machinate? I can't remember. I don't think so. Hex. Another one. What was it? Unglued? I'm going to forget already. Nice Plains. Full art. Awesome. Unhinged. Unhinged. 460 something. Gemini Engine for your rare. Nothing big there. Spell Bombs. Machinate. No. Love these old lands, man. Absolutely. Oh, another one. Nice. Love these islands. Very nice. They were reprinted in Double Masters OG, like you get them in the VIP packs. Which I think, you know, I'll be honest with you, it's one of those things, reshape. I think that was nothing. Oh no, 396. This was also reprinted Double Masters. Those on the Unlands, I gotta be honest with you, I think that's obviously it's a very special thing for that set. The Unlands, it's known for their lands. That's what it's known for. So to reprint them at all, I think it's just a jerk move. Razorgrass Screen, I don't think that was anything in the Morningstar. No, okay. I think reprinting any Unlands, it's just not a cool thing. Like, they're gonna make cool Unlands in every unset. That's what they're known for. So just make a new unset with cool new lands, like in the ones that have already been made. That's what there is. Just have that be it. Like, what's wrong with that? This invasion box. Let's see. Look at the old sleeves. Holy crap. All right. So yeah, looks like an older collection, which is nice. The Egotist, that thing, Egotist. Complicate. Again, a lot of these I'm not sure, so I'll give them a quick little scan. Nothing. Some of these, again, some of these basic lands are actually, yeah, it's like a 97 cents market, so they're probably buy listable. I'll have to look at them more later. Islands, of course, being the most sought after basics, and if you get certain ones, certain arts, they really are pretty good. Misformed Dreamer for Onslaught, no. Fissure, Misformed Shrieker. I think anything there. Like, look at these lands. Invasion, nice. 75 cents, again, maybe buy listable, I'm not sure. Again, I'll send it in with a box. If they give me something for it, great. If they don't, who cares? Found Image Crafter Dreamers, Misformed Mask, Misformed Wall, Syncopates, Odyssey, no. Initiates, Dreamer, Shields, Seahawk, War Chief. Gorgeous lands again. Sandbars, Walls, Discombobulate. Nope, nothing really there. Mutants, nothing really there. Long-term plans, uncommon. 448, 3 mana for an instant. Search your library for a card, shuffle your library, then put that card third from the top. I mean, just make it a rare, make it like 1 mana. I mean, you know, I mean, it's cool little uncommon, I guess. The Shield, Shaper, Fissure, Walls. What do we got here? Graxaplon. Never heard that one before. The Aura. Oops, only once there. 484. 3-mana enchanted creature, untap it. Enchanted creature against flying. Enchanted creature can't be blocked. Okay. Okay, so, I mean, $4 uncommon, I'll take it. That's the nice thing about these old eras. There's a lot of value to be found. You just got to dig through it. Turtles, long-term plans. I don't think that was anything, was it? Okay, guess it was. Sandbar. Islands. Found. Hindering Touch. Complicates. Nothing really there. Some plans. God, these rough old sleeves. Onslaught Odyssey. Great Furnace. There we go. Great Furnace. Nice. 421. Vault of Whispers. 272. Yeah, we'll put those aside. A Ditch. Nothing special lands here. Probably nothing. No. Okay. Plains. Steps. Plains. Well, the old basics. Temple of the False God. I think it's a usable card. 50 cents for a market. Not really. Cavern. Not really. And the Terminal Emergency. Nope. Okay. Awesome. So definitely some pullables for sure. Definitely a lot of good hits. I'm liking this. So again, my cost was like $610 shipped to my door. $290 was just the shipping. Just pretty crazy, man, when you think about it. It really is. Let me see what's in this box right here. This is kind of a random thing. Ultra Pro. How old is this? Does it say? 2003. Okay, so this is old. 20 years old. 20 plus years old. Let's see what's in here. All right. Oh, good. Tape on the cards. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see is tape on the cards. All right. Let's just go like this and start digging in. You know what? This can just rip right off. All right. What do we got here? Oh, we got some proxies. All right, so it was the Helm of Kaldra. That's a dismantle. From there, Echoing Ruin, Goblin Striker, Mirror Servitor. Some of these mirrors can be decent. They say it can even scan it through there. Nice. I was curious about these. It can scan it even with that little piece of paper in the front. That's pretty impressive. Okay. I mean, there's nothing there. Servitor, Spy Network. Spy Network? Nope. Love the foil lands. Like I said, I'll pull these aside either way. They're cool. And then we got Guilds of Ravnica. Okay, that's different. Lockets, Darts. Guild. That's okay. So, okay. Again, this was 2 collections, but these were in the same box. You know, though they could have thrown them together. Who knows? All right, let's see. Lockets. Guilds of Ravnica. Guilds of Ravnica really doesn't have anything good for commons, and I don't think anything for uncommons really either. Little foil, nothing there. Unborn Egos is rare. It's nothing, I don't think. Yeah, nothing. Again, overall condition's pretty good too, which I'm liking so far. Sanctum Seeker from Ixalan. Nothing there. Ikoria. All right. Interesting. Ixalan. Rivals of Ixalan, and then back to OG Zendikar. Man, that's a great island. Scan it out of curiosity. Nah, nothing. Still beautiful lands. We'll take them. World Wake. Dread Sanctuary. Tectonic Edge. No, nothing there. Refuge. Love the old tokens. Love the old tokens. Cool. Old tip cards. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, I guess there's some new stuff in here as well, which is fine. I don't mind new stuff as long as it's decent and pickable. But from before, I've noticed anything new, a lot of times can just be kind of crap. The Acolyte for your common? No, nothing there. Let's see. Again, how can you not like the old art from some of those? Viridian Shaman from Mirrodin, uncommon? No. Discovery? No, reprinted a bunch of times. Outrider. Eyes, Viridian Shaman. Renewal of Faith from Scourge. Quiet Purity, Fatigue. Fierce Empath, Guardian. Whoa! Okay, we got a really nice proxy here. What is this? Avatar of Destruction for 10 and 6 green. I can't read that. Avatar Destruction, power of toughness are equal to the number of creatures in play in any graveyard and in any library or out of the game. I can't read all that. That's crazy. Okay. It's cool if people would make their own cards, though. And this is Chosen, Lycoria. Bunch of very cool tokens. Where's Zendikar lands? Trailblazer's Boots. There's a great uncommon from OG Zendikar. Yep, 260. Blazing Torch, I don't think so. Venture Gear, I don't think so. We'll take another Boots. Very nice. Expedition Map, common. 110. Those were like $3 before. I guess not anymore. Pruner Captain. Yeah, for the uncommon, 257. Terra Eternal. 3-mana enchantment. All lands are indestructible. Well, I mean, people don't target them anyways, but I guess it's a good thing to have. We have the elements. Apprentice, Core Aeronauts, Core Sanctifiers, Griffin. Yeah, I did not play it this time at all for OG Zendikar, so a lot of this I'm not familiar with. Like, I wouldn't be able to recognize a lot of these hits if I saw them. Some are the obvious ones. Ooh, there's a foil. Is that a World Wake foil? Iona's Judgment. Probably nothing, but World Wake foil, yeah, nothing really. Quarter, something, nothing really. Still cool to see those, see old foils. It's definitely a good sign. Barbed Lightning. Probably nothing, right? Yeah, nothing. Mechanic Hammer, Old Mirrodin lands, nice. Come on, let me see some fetch lands in this old stuff. Storm. Pain, nothing. Little guys. And lots of lands. And then an Ikoria card. Sure. Okay. We're about 24 minutes now. All right, so what I'm probably going to do is I think this is going to be several videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up this box, and then I will have that be the end of video 1. Because rather than it being like a super, really, really long one, I'll just split it up a little bit, and I'm fine with that. What do we got? Ikoria. I'll take Triomes if you want to give me Triomes. 6 Subdual. And then Legions. Talon and the Cavalier. Onslaught. Is it Ixor's Will? It's a counterspell. not a good one. Paladin of Atonement from Rise of Ixalan. Bulk. Some sleeved cards. What do we got here? Echoing Courage, Naturalized, Dragon Fangs. Shadows, Mirrodin, Ikoria. This is kind of just like a mess of random stuff here. I'm not even sure if this is like decks or what. Thought Dissector. It's a rare from Darksteel. Nothing. Nothing. Fingering Path Cutters. We're scanning these uncommons because I really don't know. Can it be Crawler uncommon? Probably not. Tango Walk. God, that art, man. You cannot touch the old art. That's insane. Awesome. Nothing there. A little Mongoose from Odyssey. Again, takes me a second to scan it, so I figure why not. Future Sights. Onslaught. 8th edition. World Wake. Zendikon. Explore. That might be worth grabbing. Nope, it's not. Expedition Map. Those are good. Walking Atlas. That's a pullable common from World Wake. Yeah. 206. And then the Unforged. I don't think that's anything. Okay. Pickables, and definitely some good stuff. Like I said, there's been several $10+ cards. I think a couple $20 cards. So this is looking good already. Ritual of Restoration. I'm liking this so far. Like I said, when I had to pay that shipping cost of almost $300, Borderless Sea Dasher Octopus from Ikoria, buck. I was like, oh man. But again, you know, when I bid on these, like, it's such an arbitrary number when you bid on them because you don't really know everything. So you're kind of like, you know what it is when you bid on auctions like this, it's really, how much am I willing to lose on this gamble? That's exactly what it is because you can't really predict a Rampant Growth. I always take those, 8th edition. They're playable. That's exactly the way I look at it, is how much am I willing to lose on this? Color of Gales. Eel, Zendikar, Treasure Hunt. No, that one. Vanisher. Spell Pierce, no. Serpents. Into the Royal? No. Spell Contortion. So that's kind of the way I look at it. I go, all right, like based on what I can see, you know, how much it's a trap. Maybe it's something. Nope, it's not. But how much am I willing to lose on one of these collections? That's kind of the way I look at it, honestly. And that's what I've been doing so far. We got a rare coming up from World Wake, Selective Memory. That's like the story of my life. Selective Memory. Dispel, Spell Pierce, that thing. It's a Whiplash Trap. Nope. Another trap. I know some of these traps can be good. I forget which one it is. Cancel, Into the Royal, no. Holy Crush, Shambler. Arbor Elf, maybe? Pullable? Not, well, it's pullable, it's usable. Creeper. Nature's Claim, it's usable. Yeah, it's a $1.06, sure. Slingbow Trap. No. It's another trap. I'll scan the traps because I know some of them are pretty good. Riverbow, there's a classic from Visions. Baloth, Contest. Silhouette Ripper. Okay, Smother. Okay. Lots of smalls. Definitely pickable. Again, condition is good. I like that so far. I like that I'm seeing good condition. All right, a couple little stacks here. There's an Ultimatum. We'll take that from Ikoria. Server, I think I checked these already. Yeah, nothing there. Bruiser. Skeleton Shards? I don't think so. Arcbone Crusher, that's a pullable from Darksteel, right? Yeah, 258. And again, the condition's great. I mean, it really is. I mean, these are probably never played with. They probably just went into a box and sat there for a while. Garden of Solitude. It's a spirit from this set. Spirits and Shrines can be good. Golem. Spyglass. So many of these commons, uncommons from this set can be good pullables. I just don't remember exactly which ones they are, so I'm going to check them all real quick. It takes a second anyways. Totems. Nope. Breath. Your Servitor, no. Demon's Horn. No. Clockwork Beetle, that's nothing. Construct. 104, yes, it's pullable. Arpon Slith. Nope. Whisper Silk Cloak, there's another one. Hey, dude, we'll take those all day long. That's the thing is, like, with these old collections, those commons and things like that, Skull Clamp, there you go. Those commons and these uncommons, man, they might not have been used, so they just sat in a box, and it's like that. It's a perfect condition. Darksteel Skull Clamp is uncommon. Awesome. I mean, reprint 1,000 times, 663, but that's what you find in these things, is all those bulk things that you just, you know,
gold mirror. These mirrors can be pretty cool. Cheap, you know, rocks. That's pullable, I suppose. It's a place else. Whisper Silk Cloak. Awesome. Hybrid yellow Thunderstaff. Nope. Golems. Amplify. As this card comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on it for each bird and or soldier you reveal in your hand. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, looks like I got one more small stack. We're about the 30-minute mark, so that'd be perfect to kind of do 2, maybe 3 videos for this one because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. We've only just started. Stinger. I'll check these real quick. Pit. 155. Spawning Pit. Again, uncommon. Dark Steel. We'll take it. I like to test these, but a few of these. I think they're everything. Reflexes. Champions of Kamigawa. Vine Kami. Order. Feast of Worms. Uncommons. Nope. Wirefly Hive. Another Spawning Pit. We'll pull that out. Garden. These commons. I don't think anything there. Refuge. Some of these lands. Nope. Full Arts. Battle for Zendikar. Very, very nice. Halmar Depths. I think that's a good common. Nope, maybe not. Bajuka Bog is, though. Yep, Bajuka Bog 105. I mean, it's a million commander decks now, but still pretty cool. Quicksand, nothing. Okay, Eye of Ugin. Worldwake Mythic. Well, okay, now we're talking. Look at that, dude. It's like perfect, too. Oh, that's near mint. Come on, give me something. What's the price there? $63.30. Now we're talking. All right, I'm going to steal a sleeve from one of these other ones. A good sleeve, too. Not a crappy one. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, this is going to be a good one. All right. I am very hopeful now about this collection. Eye of Ugin. Very nice. That's the big hit so far. Awesome. Helmer Depths. That was nothing. Fallout Lands. Brontotherium. No. Demolish. Burst Lightnings. Punish Fires. Magna Rifts. Barrage. Mongrels. Minotaurs, nothing, and probably nothing. Rumbling Aftershocks. Yeah. Okay, so, all right, I've gone through, like, just, what, a couple of boxes here? Maybe, like, 3 or 4 decks and a few other boxes. Not a lot, but I've already pulled out a lot of pullables. Yeah, this is going to be one where I think at the end I'm going to have to show, the results very clearly at the end, because already, like, these are the pullables. Now, again, there's some, like, you know, full art OG Zendikar lands that are worth anything, but this is already the stuff I've kind of, like, set aside already. Okay, this is going to be great. So we're 32 minutes, and yeah, I'm going to pause here, and we'll be doing part 2 soon. All right, so let's get going again with part 2. Like I said, I'm going to probably definitely going to split this collection into several videos, because there's a lot here. And just in the few things, if you've watched part 1, there was a lot of great pullables, so I'm really excited for this collection. So I'm going to switch it up and do this guy right here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. What do we got? Mirrored Tournament deck. Okay, let's see what's in here. So is this just open and thrown back in here? Is this random stuff? It's an Ixalan. Okay. Okay, let's just go through it. I love those old boxes. Those are, like, in good signs of a collection and what you can find in there, but this looks like it's Ixalan stuff inside. Nothing. Tip cards. Lands. Tokens. Okay. I was excited. I thought there used to be some OG Mirrored and stuff in here, but I guess not. I guess it's going to be spread throughout the rest of the boxes, hopefully. Schematic. Lots of tokens. Okay, so that ended up being basically nothing at all. Okay, whatever. Is what it is. What's this? Worldwake Uncommon Caustic Crawler. All right, let's put this aside. So again, this is coming in part 2. I had part 1 done already. This collection came from Australia. The collection itself cost me $320, but the shipping cost me $290. That was the one that kind of hurt. Fangren Firstborn from Dark. A lot of Darksteel in this collection. 305, sure. Heartseeker, Darksteel again. 154, sure, that's pullable alpha status. I think that's a pullable uncommon. Yeah, 456 for 2 of them. Oh, there we see again. These are the nice. This is why I like. It's not even so much the rares and stuff and mythics you find. It's the commons and uncommons. Icecrown Scepter from Mirrodin. No, not the list one. Not the list. Again, this is market price, so I know it's not completely accurate, but it's just an idea of what's pullable and what's not. $13.92 times 2. Very nice. Let's see the condition. So far, the condition for this collection has been very good. Yeah, look at that. I mean, near mint. Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, so many times I think that, again, I don't buy these collections looking for like these huge hits. In the last video, we did get the Eye of Ugin. That was incredible. I'm not expecting that. That is like a $60 card is a wild bonus. I'm expecting the $2 to $5 to $10 commons, uncommons that are just stuck in the bulk. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Scourge. Cool. Okay, these are as little dividers. Let's see. Okay, so it's just Scourge cards. Even Misformed Slivers. No, not a good sliver. Charms, Watchers, uncommon, Riptide Survivor. I'm gonna check a lot of these uncommons just because I don't know, honestly. Runecaster. Runecaster, $1.21. Whenever creature is turned face up, you may draw a card. Okay, so you're playing a Morph deck, that'll work. Remember, folks, Familiars. Escaper, maybe. No, nothing there. Heal. Again, if you guys see something that I'm passing by, let me know. Chain of Vapor. That's a good uncommon, right? It is. $7.87. As I was just saying, the commons, uncommons, perfect condition. Pack fresh, throw in your bulk, $7.87. Ingenuity, God, give me more of those. Charms, Tethers, Councils, Squadrons, Drakes, Rush of Knowledge. No. Playable, but not valuable. Merchants. It's a blue zombie. It's a blue zombie. It's a Drake. Council, Rangers. No. Strategists. Nothing there. Repulse. Shifting Sliver. Nope. Misformed checks. Shifting is a no. No. Bad slivers. Yeah, those are slivers that people don't want. There's a bunch of them, of course. Riptide Survivor. Was that anything? I don't think that was. No. Even Dispersing Orb? No. Okay. Sneaky Homunculus. It's probably fun to sit in a room and just create some of these names. You're just like, let's call it Sneaky Homunculus. Perfect. All right, here we go. More Scourge. Goblin War Chief. Yeah, $1.51. That's a pullable for sure. Rage. Again, these feel just like pack fresh. Hunter Sliver. Any slivers we check. You have to. 57 cents. Probably buy listable. Reckless Charge. Expensive. Carbonize. Uncommon. I'll check it. Nope. Recluse. Craghorns. Nope. White Bordered Gargadons. Brigand Handler. It's a goblin. Not a good one. Hunter Sliver, yeah, pull those again. Firebolts, nope. Break open. Skills. Strikes. Uncontrolled Infestation. Nothing here, nothing here. It's a Djinn. It's, like I said, I know I said it a few times, Blade Sliver, but it's so tough when I'm doing these for sets, and I took such a long break, there's a lot of things I don't recognize for sure. But what I will do, another Hunter Slivers, let's replace those. What I will do when this is all said and done is all the things that I haven't already pulled aside, I will go through and scan everything piece by piece, little by little, just to catch any of the little things that I missed. Because there always is. No one can know all the cards that are pullable, right, off the top of their head. Chain of Plasma. Prospector. Isn't Chain of Smog an Onslaught? Isn't that an uncommon? I'm thinking the Chain. Maybe we want to look for it. It's a Blacker Goblin War Chief. Yeah, we pull those. Thunder of Hooves. No. And it's funny because when I go back and do like a quick scanning afterwards, there's always stuff I miss. So like, of course, no one can know every card. And so that's kind of the fun part is like, seeing all the stuff that you did miss. Sacrifice Force had 3, made of any combination red. That could be interesting. Nope, guess not. War Chief, we'll pull those. War Strike. Drill Sergeant? No. Infiltrator, 92 cents, so it's pullable. So, oh, you know what was funny was I actually want to kind of revisit for anyone that saw. Okay, I'm going to go back several videos. There was the collection that I bought that I paid $515 for, and I actually want to revisit that because what I probably should do is do like a actual video, kind of revisiting it. But I wanted to kind of comment that first one. I did get my buy list quote and price back for that one. So I think I estimated it was probably like I sent in everything that was under $10, and the stuff that was $10 or more was worth like $700. So all the stuff that I buy listed under $10, I ended up getting paid out. It was like $404 or something like that. Like it was worth like $480. There was like $80 in fees, so I got paid like $404 or something like that. So for people that are wondering, that's what that bulk was worth. That like I wasn't even sure what was going to be in there. Plus I had like the other $700 or so in the good card, so it worked out really well. Incredible art, absolutely incredible art. Lyris, Towering Baloth. So just kind of a follow-up on that, because I know that some people may be wondering, like, hey, like, all those things I buy listed, were they actually good? And yes, it actually was. Worked out great. Odyssey Grilled Titan Root Sliver. Yeah, $7.95. Can't be countered. And slivers can't be countered. Again, just pack fresh, sitting in bulk. Fantastic. Symbiotic Elf. I think that's... No, okay. Guess I'm wrong. Nomadic Elf. I always have to check elves, certain goblins, and things like that, because some can be good little hits. Rangers, yeah, pullable, 90 cents. Cloaker Trailblazer, no. Elvish Explorer, another Root Sliver. What was it? $7.95. Fantastic. So like $16 in just those two right there. Defiant Elf, a 1/1 with Trample. Sure, why not? Just because. Picture of the Wild, Elvish Pioneer. Yeah. Strider, it's another elf. This person definitely collected elves. Sylvan Mites, I don't think so. Beast Attack, Sylvan Mites, Tranquilities, Roar the Worm. Yeah. Deep Reconnaissance. You can search, maybe something. Primal Growth, I don't think so. Shadow the Squirrel, that's been printed up many times, right? Yeah. Howling Gale from Odyssey. Nothing. Guys, Might Sprouting Vines. Until end turn lands you control, gain tapped out in 1 minute. That could be pretty interesting. I guess not good enough to play. Arrow, playable. Well, with Nature, that's a good uncommon, right? Yeah, that's so. 208. Crown of Vigor. Why do I think that's a pullable? I don't know, because it's not. Break Asunder, Claws of Wirewood. Nothing there. Charms, Patron of the Wilds. Quick Slivers, no. Take some more of those Root Slivers, though. Those were nice. And those are the things where you can find, multiples in bulk lots like this. If there's one, there can be a lot more. Canopy Growth, nothing. Tuskers. Nothing. Wirewood Elves. Nope. Okay, a couple more stacks in this little box here. So I guess they just separated by color with these Scourge packs. Gem Palm Polluter. Why do I think that's a decent pullable? I don't know, but it's not. Jin. Burdens. Bashers. Zombie Cutthroats. Like, I like scanning random stuff like that, because you never know. If I'm not sure, it's like it takes 2 seconds. You might as well just check. I'm sure people are like, those are all garbage, it's all bulk. Yeah, well, some of it is, sometimes it's not. Curse, Unspeakable Symbol. 328. Enchantment, pay 3 life, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay. Mind Rots. Fatal Mutation. Shane of Smog. Oh, that's right, right there. Yes, there it is. Onslaught. Yeah, 506. No, not the list one. 506. Why do I think this was more? 610. I thought that was more. Again, pack fresh, throw in some bulk. We'll take it. Unspeakable Symbol again. That was like, what, 3? 2, 3? Skull Trap, Mystery Charm. Dark Supplicant? No idea. Fire Screamer, Initiate. And this is the cool thing too, is when you go through collections like this, you learn, you educate yourself on what some good hits are that you didn't know. Crypt Slivers will pull them. And then I like that too, because as I'm doing this, I'm learning about sets that I wasn't a part of. Corpse Harvester. pullable, 79 cents, maybe buy listable. Earth Blighter, Smother. No. And that's what I like, is because, again, I didn't play during these times, and I'm sure as hell not like opening lots of boxes of Onslaught and Mirrodin and all that. So this is a cool way to, oh, there's more cards there. Okay. To see them and kind of like learn what's good in the set. So let's see. Baloth. Plated Sliver. It's a sliver. Not a good one. Knight Angelic Shield. No. Harpies. You can probably hear my dogs barking right now. Great era. Like I said, great time frame. I'm glad we can get collections like these that are Armadillo Cloak. Is that a decent common? No. Yeah, it's a buy listable. It's like $1. Look at these inserts. What do we got here? We got Plane Shift, Odyssey. Invasion, Plane Shift, and Legions. So I'm guessing they probably bought some bundles, some fat packs, things like that. Those came in probably. All right, let's keep going. White Knight is a classic right there. Avenger Warrior. Plated Silver, was that decent? No, I don't think so. Unicorns. It's funny, some of this is sorted and some isn't. And the fact, I mean, it was 2 different ages, but I feel like it might still be one collection. I'm not sure. But 2 ages that are far different. Like they probably like a 15-year gap. And then you have a Chronicles card here. Nothing there. Cavalry's Ward Sliver. No. Ward Slivers. Plated Slivers. Jesus. Protection from dragons. Well, that might be a thing now. Probably not. No, I didn't think so. Okay. I haven't seen any fetch lands yet. That would be nice if we see some of those. Okay. One tiny little stack left in this little red box. Definitely some cool pullables in here. A lot of smalls, nothing crazy in here. But some stuff. What is this? It's like this. These sleeves, I found them in like 3 different boxes now. So they must have just randomly thrown this stuff in there. All the way common. Weird Harvest from Onslaught Rare. 269. 2 green and X. Each player researches her library for X creature cards. Reveal those cards, put them into his or her hand. Then, okay, interesting. That could be some fun little commander shenanigans. Scorpions, Disasters, Tomb Hex. Love the old lands. Grim Discovery, just commons. I'll check. Nothing. Blood Seekers. Love the full art lands. Tectonic Edge, was that a decent one or no? No, that wasn't. Piranha Marsh. OG Zendikar. Nope. I have to check some of those just for the hell of it. Blood Chief Ascension. There we go. OG Zendikar. OG one, too. Reprinted in Commander Masters again, right? But so it probably went down a lot. 1369. Market. That'll work. Blood Seeker. Foil. Foil Rare Sadistic Sacrament. From OG Zendikar. Again, perfect condition, just sitting in the bulk. Probably nothing crazy. Is it 90 cents regular? Foil, probably a couple bucks. Mid is like 380. Okay. Balagad Thief, rare from OG Zendikar again, bulk. There might even be some of these like commons and things like that in this set that in like World Wake Zendikar that are good, but I don't know. I'll find out later. Marauders, Crocodiles, Casualties, nothing. Traps, Ravager, Terrains, Valakits, Inferno Trap. Nope. What's the trap I'm thinking of? Of course, top of my head, I'm not going to be able to think about it right now. Quest for the Goblin Lord? Yeah, 272. Okay. Thrashers, Lizards. That's such a weird zombie token. It really is. And an illusion token. Okay, that kills that box. There's still a lot to go through. Wow, yeah, this is going to be... what else is in here? What is this? They went to an event. The movies. Okay. Entry expired in 2017. I wonder if this is... I should call to see if this is still good. I'm sure it's not. What do we got here? Little notes. I thought that said Blade's mom. Is that say Blade's mom? Well, if you want Blade's mom's number, there it is. That's pretty funny. All right. Someone call Blade. Let me know if she's still around. Is that even a phone number? I don't even think it is. All right. Either way, let's move on. Anyways, enough about Blade's mom. All right. Let's put this aside. That goes there. This goes here. Put this down there. All right. What's next? We've got... I got some decks here. Some decks here. Let's see what this mystery box is. I like a good mystery box. No idea what this could be. What is this? Nick Kirkpatrick. All right, Nick. All right, Nick. What do you have for me? Sleeve cards and non-sleeve cards. Let's start with the non-sleeve stuff. Again, I think they just took random stuff and like threw it in a box. That's what it looks like. RTR, so we'll return to Ravnica. Oh, then let's see some Shocklands, man. Cycryphs. I don't think there's... I see a foil poking back there somewhere. I don't think there's a lot of, like, common, uncommon from RTR. I don't think. So, again, it's kind of a different age now, too. Arbor Elves, aren't those pullable? No. Well, see, it's funny. Like, certain cards you think are pullable, they're just not. Rootboard Defenses, I mean, it's not really pullable. Playable. Wayfaring Temple. Bulk rare. Bulk rare. Come on, where's the Shocklands? That's what I want to see. Righteous Authority. Nothing. RTR did have some good stuff against Shocklands, Cyclonic Rifts, Downsize, Fate Reforged. Come on, give me some fetch lands. Just one would be nice. Dragons? Yeah, dragons. Foil Skeleton. Tavern Swindler. Is that, yeah, Return to Ravnica still. Sanctuaries. Nothing there. No Shocklands yet. Oh, I'm going to find one. If there's rares in this Return to Ravnica, there's got to be one kicking around. Let's see. Now we're moving on to Ixalan. Maybe it was 2 collections. It's got to be. Sea Red. This is kind of sorted. I want to see some more of that old stuff. If there's more of that collection, like the Darksteel, the Mirrodin, those were nice. Sunbringer's Touch for a rare. Nothing there. Wins, pass the advantage. No. Sleeves. Okay. Just keep grabbing chunks. And the thing about collections like this, like I said, I love is you never know. Like next card could be something cool. That's you really got to take a look at everything. Because these, I think it feels like they just threw a bunch of stuff in a box. And there's rares in between. Gleam of Authority. Nothing. Bulk. War Skill Dragon. Why is it tax on push? Can't play spells? No, okay. Dragon Scale General. Nope. Strikes Force. Come on, lands. Nope. Sorcerer, Loyalties, Monastery Siege. I don't think anything really crazy, right? $1.89. Pullable. No. Okay. All right. I was curious because, like I said, it's just a random brown box. It's like, what the hell is in there? Goblin. I like the old tokens. I think they're cool. Rhinos, Civic Sabers. Come on. Give me some good stuff. Give me some of the Shocklands and the Cycryphs. That'd be great. Key Runes, no. Ooh, wow, that is beat up. Foil Rare, Grove of the Guardian. 2 of them. A little beat up there for sure. Is that like a... No, it's not an island. Is that like a promo? Guild kits. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, it's a guild kit. No, it's not that one because it will be... It's not pre-release, is it? No, it's not a pre-release. Just a regular foil, 35 cents. Beat up though. Rogue's Passage, those are pullables, right? Yeah, those are usables. For sure. Locksmith Smiter. Bulk. That's bulk. Foil Arishan Warbeast from Fate Reforged. Probably nothing there. Okay. Well, we're pulling rares, but just not good ones. But we still got a lot to go in here. This is the kind of collection that I want to find. Like I said, the whole point of all this is not, and I'm going to say it every video, Pitiless Plunderer. That's an uncommon you want to find. 403, perfect. The point of these collections, and I've said it many, many times, another one, is this is a fun thing that I do. The only gambling that I do is buying these collections online because it's fun for me. I literally just enjoy going through it. You know, the point of this is not to make a profit. Although I haven't lost money on these collections yet, which is nice. So I'll probably do. But there's a bulk card there. The point of this is to have fun, go through collections, see if there's still pickable things out in the world. And this just, again, it proves that there are, which makes me want to keep doing it some more. The Skin Shifter from Ixalan. And you never know. The fun part is, like, you never know what you're going to find in these boxes. It's just a lot of fun picking through it when they really are unpicked. It's different if you buy, like, a curated list of, like, a collection, Foil Raptor. That's different. Bombard. If you're buying a curated list, like, that's just buying someone's collection, but when it's an actually unpicked thing, that's where the fun is. All right, a couple more of these before we get to the sleeve stuff. We're at 24 minutes already, so this might be a several video collection because I don't want to rush through it. And if it was only like an hour, I'd probably do it as one, but I knew it probably wouldn't be. Guilds of Ravnica Rare. Profane Procession. Nope, bulk. I like those Pitiless Plunderers. Again, those are those uncommons you can find that have been just sitting there that they were just left behind. And over time, if it's not reprinted, that's what happens is it goes up. Poisoner. 277, sure. Direfleet Daredevil. Nope. Summoner. Nope. 50 cents. What is this? The Ruin Raider. Nothing. Robber. Rare. Rig Crew, the Brute, Corsairs. Golden Guardian. 113. So that's buy list. But usually anything like, honestly, like 75 cents and up is like buy listable. Oh, look at you. Zakama. Look at you just sitting here in the middle of a bunch of cards. Okay. Mythic Rivals of Ixalan. Well, that's gone down. Oh, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It was in the commander deck. Well, that sucks. $1.23. That's funny. That's what happens over time. Some cards go up, some get reprinted. And if they don't get reprinted, that's when they get expensive finding these things. Journey to Eternity. There you go. There's a good example of like one that went up. List reprints. 824. It's not list. That's just Rivals of Ixalan. 546. So who thought that Journey to Eternity would be worth 5 times as much as Zakama? Not me. Traveler's Amulet, no. Captain's Hook. Bulk Rare. Love it, man. Loving this collection so far. This is exactly what I wanted to find. This is exactly the stuff I want to find in here. All right. Let's see. Another big chunk of this stuff. A couple sleeve cards here. Any arcane spell? I'll check it. Why not? It takes a second. 8th edition, 8th edition. Would love to see some old foils from these. It's a shrine. That's worth checking. The Honden. Yeah, $4 even. Again, market. So honestly, buy list, and that's probably like $1.50 or something. It's low, but you know, it's worth something. It's worth pulling. Vanquish, Standing Troops, firm. Cocoons. Love the ages again. The World Wakes, very, very cool. Swarms. These penny sleeves are like almost falling apart. That's how old they are. Rippers, Scorpions, Skirmishers. Quest for the Gravelord? No. The tough thing, too, is remembering like what I've checked already, if there's like duplicates. Serve to spare? Nope. Healers. I always love that art. It's incredible. That's one thing too, is like I really just I love enjoying going through these old cards and seeing the old art, man. As I was saying in another video, like Mesmeric Sliver from Future Sight. Nothing. I love going through and seeing the old art because it doesn't compare to the new stuff. I love some of the new arts, I really do, but it doesn't compare. Cranial Play, that's been reprinted a bunch, right? Yeah, 50 cents, pullable, playable. Fire, blast, bombard. Is that anything? No, I didn't think so. Pillage. Okay. I like this box so far. It's so funny, like I said, like you pull it as a comment, it's like $1 card now. It's like, it's just amazing how times change and things with reprintings and all that. I guess Grimoire, that's a pullable. Yeah, 364. Those are the uncommons we're looking for, and like the Dark Steel Mirrors and all that. That's why I'm loving when I saw these. I'm very happy to pull all those smalls in there. Dragon Blood? No. Morning Star. Servitors, nothing. Claws, nothing, right? No. Golems. Warden. There's the Fabricate should be in here, right? For uncommons, I think. Vex, Behemoths. There's so many of those smalls that you just gotta look for. Curiosity. My Curiosity makes me want to scan the Curiosity. Serum Visions, yeah, we like those. Pullables. Dream's Grip, I feel like that's a pullable. Not really. Wall of Air. Golden Aether? No. Prodigies. It's funny because it reminds me like 4 years ago, when I was 4 or 5 years ago, Trinket Mage? No, I got a collection on, I think it was like an eBay, and I just did a random, when I was building my collection again, and I bought a random collection of stuff on eBay. And the good thing is it was a pickable collection. When I really didn't have any knowledge of what to look for, I just kind of got lucky, honestly. And a lot of it was like this Mirrodin Dark Steel era. So I recognize some of these, but just not a lot of them. You can't recognize everything if you didn't like really play in it. Courier, Golems, Chimera Coils. Nope. Voltaic Construct, that's a decent one, right? Yeah, Bucko 4. Core Tapper, no, I don't think so. Golem's Eye, another Skull Clamp. That's great, man. 2 of these in here, just in the bulk. Just a great uncommon. Awesome. I mean, printed a bunch of Chimera decks, but it'll always be a good card. Those are great. Infiltrator and Core, I don't think so. No. Crossroads, I'll check some of these. Nah. Love the Future Sight borders, man. I wish I could have played during that time. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The treatments are incredible. Cry, Scorns, Just of Moments. Still uncommon, I'll scan it. Nope. Lymph Sliver. It's a sliver. Not a good one. Look out. Again, love the age, man. This collection has got the perfect age for stuff to hunt in. Battle Mage? Nope. Squires, Salvagers, maybe? Nope. Circle of Protection Artifacts. Okay. All right, let's see. I think this brings us now to kind of like the sleeve stuff in here. Yeah, this is going to be multi-videos for sure. Multi-videos. Logic Knot? I don't think so. Nah. More cards than I realized, but that's a good thing. And this is good because this is, and then I Ikoria out of nowhere. I feel like this is a good one because it's like, it's quantity and it's quality too, which is nice. That's about as good as you can ask for. Ikoria Rivals. Mythic Polyraptor. 1736. Okay. Sure. That's one of the better hits so far. Probably just hasn't been reprinted since Rivals of Ixalan. Let me get. Probably the only printing, right? Maybe like a Secret Lair printing. Special Guest, Secret Lair. Okay, well, 17. Either way, I'll take that, man. That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, you know, a lot of these, again, I always say if I can get a bunch of $1 to $5 hits, I'm a happy guy. When you start pulling like the $10, $15, $20 hits, that Eye of Ugin was like 60 plus. Like, that's awesome. Absolutely incredible. Archers. Dark Steel Pendants? No. Unburden. Orna. Elvish Warriors, nothing there. Say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times, man. I love the old lands. They're beautiful. Sort of Fire. Calvin Assassin. It's only Calvin. We're scanning. Bokers, Howlers, and Rage. Nah. I wish you could feel how, like, just shitty these sleeves feel, man. Like, there is so much age baked into these sleeves. It's crazy. All right. All right, here we go. There's a Ikoria, Kamigawa, Champions of Kamigawa book. That's kind of cool. Totem Speaker. Nope. Marwood Savage. Nothing there, nothing there. You know what I could see doing, actually, is I think, you know what I'm going to try to do is, because all these old lands, I mean, people do want these. I think what I might do is just take all the old lands out of this thing and make like a little eBay lot, just run like an auction for like a week at like $1 and just let it go. And then people that want the old lands, they can get them for a really cheap price. That's what I'm going to do. People do love those kind of things, so it's worth throwing together. You know, again, when I do these kind of things, I always said if I could do these and break even, like, I'm super happy with that. Goblin Cannon. And so all those little bits kind of help to do that. So I'm going to try it. Quadrupod, that was nothing, right? Moon Vessel? No. Teleria West for the uncommon. Look at that. Nice. 220. Future Sight. Wait, no, that's... Yeah, Future Sight. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't know that wasn't uncommon originally. Pack Fresh, man, from Future Sight. That's crazy. Nothing there. Oh, more of these proxies. Stone Rain. Fury. We got the Wildcat, Sledders, Crazy Goblins, Archaeologists. I don't think these are. Flip a coin. Could be something. No, it's not. Engineers. Clark Clan Engineers. Oh, Clark Clan Ironworks would be a good one to find here for uncommons, hopefully. Nothing. Okay. A couple more little stacks here, probably. Then I'll finish this video for another part. It's going to take several parts. All right, let's keep going. Craghorn, Orcus Spies, Artilleries, Plowers? It's a plower, okay. Condor, Reflexes. I'm sure you're going to hear my dogs barking. Sorry about that. Machinist? Nope. Baron Moore's Channel the Suns. 4 mana to add Wooburg. I mean, yeah, 248, sure. Just one of those cards they can probably throw in a commander deck they haven't done yet. Canopy Crawler, probably nothing. Lightning, Maulers. Dawn's Reflection. Nope. Historical. Man, those dogs are really going after something. They're gonna have to wait. The video's almost done. Infused Arrows. Historical. Opaline Bracer. I don't even recognize most of these cards. Golem. Thought Prison. Hey, there we go. Power Conduit. That's a good one. 2 of those. Yep. 230 each. That's not the list reprint. What's the regular one? Mirrodin, 241. Sure. Okay, looks like I got one little stack left before I end this part. Yeah, we're at 35 minutes. Oh, just a tiny bit left. Oh, we're almost done here. Okay. All right, let's finish up, and we still have a lot to go. All right, basic lands. Lots of basic lands. Let me see more of those unhinged lands. Those are so nice. What do we get, 3 or 4 already? Echoing Ruin, Sorceress, Troops, Classic Fireball, Sorcerer, Breath, Forge, Crown of Fury. Nope. Nothing there. Pitfall Trap. Again, I like to check the traps. I think some of them are decent. I just forget which ones. Not that one. And some basic lands. Okay, so I think that's going to end part 2. We still have the shoebox, 2 booster boxes, and all these boxes to go through, which these look like decks. So, all right, check back again for part 3. All right, so I guess we got to jump into part 3 of this collection. Okay, just clean some stuff up here. So this is what we got left so far. There's still these deck boxes here. These themed deck boxes here. A couple booster boxes, and we got this shoe box. I'm really curious about this shoe box. And the deck boxes so far in the collection were pretty good, so I'm gonna I'm gonna do this one. Now, again, for anyone that's just watching it for the first time, this is part 3 of this collection video. This collection came all the way from Australia to here in Massachusetts. It was on an auction site. With shipping and everything, I paid $610 for this collection. Shipped to my door. Again, the collection was $320. The shipping was $290. Okay, this looks like a shoebox of... Yeah. Okay, let's just start digging. I do see a rare poking out, though, so that's a good sign. So I'm just going to grab some clumps, and we'll just kind of go for it. This looks like a bunch of random stuff that's probably just thrown in a box, put on the table for auction, and then just... Let's see what's in here. Hopefully it's not complete bulk and garbage, but you never know. Let's see. Okay. There's Moon. So again, this is again like a different era than before. We've seen a lot of like Mirrodin, Dark Steel era, that kind of thing. And then we saw some Guilds of Ravnica and some Ikoria. Now we have like Aether Revolt, Kaladesh. So maybe it is multiple collections. Maybe it's 2-3 different collections. I'm not sure. Probably is. Again, a lot of times with all these like Goodwills, well, this wasn't a Goodwill. I keep saying that, but like a lot of these auction sites or Goodwills, especially, what they'll do is you get a foil common there. They'll have like multiple collections or multiple things. And then we get a bunch together. Then they make a big auction about it. And I'm not sure if that's what this auction house did, or if they just happen to get a couple, they put them together. I don't know. No idea what the story is. But again, it came from Australia, and let's see what the kind of cards they played down under. All right, here we go. Going through Kaladesh. Okay, this looks like sorted bulk. So definitely a couple different collections. I'm sure, I'm willing to bet what some people do, honestly. I've never done this, but I bet you what some people do is they probably take a bunch of their bulk, donate it to like a auction house or a Goodwill or whatever, and get a nice little tax write-off with it. I'm guessing that's what some people do. I've never done that. When I have like bulk collections, I sell them on eBay as bulk. It's very, very clearly listed as bulk. That's just how I get rid of it. It's just a quick way to move a bunch of cards all at once. And you get a little something for it. You know, they usually don't go for much, but you clear it out, you clear up your space, and you get a couple bucks back for it. So, okay, well, there's a Mythic just sitting in there. That's, okay, sure. Well, you know what? I didn't even set my, I paused between videos. I didn't set up my phone for my scanner. 2 seconds. Tree of Perdition. Well, that's one we'll take. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, now we're cooking with gas. So Tree of Perdition. Eldritch Moon, Mythic. Yep, sure. 22.26. I thought that had dropped. I guess not. And it was just sitting in this bulk, and a little tiny ding there. But you know what? Overall, excellent condition. Definitely near mint. Even a little tiny ding there. But yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, $22. Sure. So, and it's things like that where you see some duplication. You're like, all right, is this just crappy bulk? And then you find that in there, and you're like, all right, whatever. So it makes you wonder, again, what else you can find in just the random stuff kicking around. Guilds of Ravnica again. Random sleeve cards. Crystals, give me some Triumphs. That'd be nice. Combat Celebrant is a Mythic from Amonkhet. $1.42. I think that was reprinted in a Commander deck. I think. Let's see. So there. This shoebox alone will probably take a while to go through because it's not organized at all. More of these old sleeves. And then you get the old stuff. It's weird. Scourge, Onslaught. I don't think Scourge really has much in it for value, honestly. Some of these older sets, like it's really about the foils, and that's about it. But you never know. Again, times change, metas change. You know, certain cards spike up over time. Clear Shot, Constrictors. Herbalists. Nope. Nothing that I'm seeing so far. That was a great Tree of Perdition. That was fantastic. Again, I never expect those. I never expect much above like $5, $10, unless I see it specifically in the listing. So those are just great bonuses. Like I said in that first video, the Eye of Ugin was fantastic. See, and it's like bulkish like this. It's all sorted out. Unless it's just the way they had their collection just sorted. Kefner's Last Word. Okay, here's some rares. Nothing there. There's a bulk. The Coup. Commit to Memory. Nope. Unesh for the Mythic. I doubt we'll see a lottery card. That was 95 cents. That was a little better than bulk, I guess. I doubt we'd see a lottery card in here, but you never know. You never know. Shocks. What we got here? Emrakul's Evangel. Challenge. Nothing. Couple bulk rares. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. There's a lot of cards in these boxes. This shoebox. I grabbed it specifically. I was holding those other deck boxes at the end because I'm hoping the better stuff's in there. But I guess from that Tree of Perdition, you never know what you can find in here. Technicians, aviators. Some of the uncommon, those monuments in Amonkhet can be good. Hey, a Pokemon card. Okay. Why not? Why not? Elites, what's this? Sergeant. This looks like a lot of nada. Merciless Eternal. Nope. Okay. Let's try to get the loose. I see some sleeves. You know what? There's a lot of mixed sleeve stuff though. I wonder what this is all gonna be. This is so random. And definitely not put in here with any care whatsoever. They just threw this shit in a box and they said, hey, here you go. And you know, for $209 in shipping, you think they'd go through it and sort it out. No. There's some rares popping up though. All right. All right, all right, all right. Lands, lands, lands. Again, with any collection, you're going to get enough basic lands to last you the rest of your life. That's just how it is. Niblis of Frost, Eldritch Moon. Nothing. Abomination, Traveler's Amulets, Playables. Come on, where's these uncommon good hits from Amonkhet? They got to be some in here. Rona's Last Stand. Nothing. Bulk. Loose sleeves. Heroic Intervention. 2 of them. Okay. Well, we'll take those all day long. A little warped, but not bad. 1105. Aether Revolt. Yeah, a little warping to them. But okay. That's great. So how does this make sense? I'm not sure. Rampager. Nothing. There's random rares mixed in. There's some good stuff too. I don't know. Maybe that's just how they cut their collection. As I say with other collections before, Perfection. You know, when you buy in these too, really what you're banking on is, hey, you know, if it's just their pulls, do they have any good pulls? I'm going to scan out the sleeve. You know, do they have any good pulls? This is damaged. Nothing anyways. Because that's kind of what you're banking on. You're banking on that it's not picked through and that it's just the stuff they had in their collection and wasn't any good and is the condition good. It's a lot of risk. Like I said, you know, I'm going to say it every video, I'm going to be a broken record, but I want to be very clear about it. I don't do this to make a profit. This is literally just a fun thing that I do to see if there's any still unpicked collections out in the world. And it proves that there is. And that's why I enjoy doing it. This is for fun for me. If I break even, that's like the goal. If I make money on it, it's just a bonus. That's all it is. So sleeve cards. I'm guessing this is probably a deck. Maybe. Maybe. Ferocity, Walker. Okay. Nothing there. Yeah, this was at some point some kind of a deck. Carry Zev. Nope, bulk. A Braid, those are pullables and usables, right? But definitely not that. Locust God for a mythic. Okay, so this, yeah, definitely some kind of a deck. Commander March the Machines, not that one. Amonkhet, 387. It's a little guy. We take the little guys all day long. That's what we're looking for. Okay, nice. Well, this is promising. When I first opened the box and it was just like a mix of just kind of crap thrown in there, that's what you don't want to see because it's almost like no one really cares. But when you start actually getting some pulls out of there, that's when you kind of, it breathes some life into the box. I'm trying to get these random ones so I can have it a little bit sorted, I suppose. Okay, whatever. Just go this way. All right. Eldritch Moon Rare, Permeating Mass. Definitely damaged for sure. The Kenra. Eldritch Evolution. There's a good one. Yep. Buck 53. Damaged, though. Definitely damaged. Partition. Nothing. There's probably lots of commons, uncommons, too, that I'm not grabbing. Paradoxical Outcome. Probably not worth much anymore. Yeah, I've printed it a bunch of times. So I'm sure there's a lot of these commons and uncommons when I go through later and scan them that there'll probably be some decent hits in there. Probably nothing crazy, honestly, but maybe some smalls that I can grab, pick out, throw in a buy list box. Cutthroats, harvests. Nope. Okay, some of these cards are kind of dinged up pretty good. The miner. Nothing. Not a lot of rare lands. I haven't seen a lot of rare lands. You know, definitely no shock lands. I haven't seen any lands in the cycles sets at all. Okay. Still a lot left in this box. I'm just gonna keep grabbing from the back. A lot of sleeved ones up front here. I'm gonna work my way towards those. A lot of Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, Amonkhet there. Mythic Eldritch, the Kralin Horde. 333. Sure. Okay. It's a pullable. There's Apprentice Modifications, Doorbusters. Mad Prophet. Crazy good art on that one. Fervor. Mythic. Lightning Runner. Nope. Nothing. 16 cents. Grace Champion. Walking Ballista. Yep. Absolutely. I get a little warping. You see that? It's kind of like a little, probably been sitting there too long. Printed several times, but double masters. Nope, not double masters. Looks like we're looking for Aether Revolt. 972. Absolutely. Been printed several times since then, but we'll always take that card. Another one. Oh, God, that's awesome. 1 is fine. 2, even better. Awesome. Great, great, great. Bloodhall Priest. This is a nice stack right here. Prototype. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Yeah, Buck 10, Gisa Geralf, reprinted a bunch of times, so probably nothing for a Mythic. Yeah, Bulk Mythic. Other Deep Fiend. Battle Mist, this is the flip one, right? Look at this. Awesome. So this is a stack of good cards there. Panharmonicon. Awesome. $2. Nothing crazy. Hope of Gearper for 2. 161 a piece. Nice. To have the Worthy. This box is very promising now. Bulk, bulk, bulk. Patra. With the Poison Snake Commander. Yeah. Yeah. Poison Snake Commander. Yeah. Your spiders. Fantastic, man. Fantastic pickable collection. Again, it was a big risk because I didn't see a lot of what was in the collection as I was kind of bidding on it. It was actually kind of funny, too, because when I bid on this, I looked at it. What was Influence? Is that pullable? No. I kind of looked at it, didn't see a lot, but I said, I'm willing to gamble on it and have some fun throwing the God Pharaoh. 626. Okay. Each end step, each opponent loses life equals the number of tapped creatures you control. Okay. Very cool. So it was kind of one of those things where I saw this and I saw the old stuff. I saw the Darksteel box. I think a few little things, but really didn't see much. It was kind of blind. And so I put my max bid in like 4 days before the auction ended. And I said, well, I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to pay any attention to it. If I win it, great. If I don't, who cares? And then I get the email saying that I won both lots. So this was 2 collections, 2 lots together. And that's why, again, why it might be 2 kind of collections in 2 different ages. But I was happy because I was like, I literally put my bids in, walked away, forgot about it. And then it was like, hey, you won both. Selfless Spirit. Definitely conditions a little warped again. You see that kind of warping? That kind of sucks. But you can be flattened out. And yeah, so I got the emails like, yeah, you won both. I was like, perfect. Because again, I knew it would probably cost a lot to ship from Australia. Not as much as it did. But I figure the fact that I won both, it kind of made it worth it. Because if I'd only bought in like one of these lots, and who knows what was in which one, and I still had to pay like a couple $100 in shipping, it would have sucked. See, some of these are damaged. So it worked out good that I got both. And so far, it's a good collection to pick. Okay. Keep rolling through. Let's grab this stack here. I'm not even sure, like I said, some of these like commons, uncommons to the set. There's probably some worth pulling. I don't know though. Serum Visions. So, yeah, take that. That'll work. Icorias. Nothing there. Uh-oh, damaged cards and sleeve. That's not good. What's that be the expensive stuff? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Nothing. Rise from the Grave? No. Okay. All right. Getting into probably some of the sleeve stuff here, I think. Yeah, let's get this little chunk. It's got some sleeve stuff. Okay, now we have a different, was this Theros? Wild mix of ages and sets, man. That's the thing. There's no way to really figure out how they played or when they played Darksteel. And these booklets are kind of cool. I don't know do anything about inspiration. Love the art. No, I didn't think so. Future Sight. What's this? Flowstone Embrace. Guardian of Solitude. Nothing. Morning. Yes. Raptors. Shadows. Lingering Death. No. Okay. Nothing there. Collection of Undeath. Caretakers. Dripping Dead. Got all the names. The Lantern Champions. No, nothing there. They like their proxies, that's for sure. Rag Dealer, Gut Wrencher, Oni. I think this is in my John Irenicus deck. I think it is. Yeah, it is. That's funny. Nothing there. Smalls. Mirrored inserts. Okay. So the age is changing with this box a little bit. Still a lot in here. Usually 1,000 cards left in here. Okay. Fatal Push. Yep. $1.42. Those will pull those for sure. Diabolic Tutor. Yeah, right? Yeah, $1.28. Secret Salvage. Nothing. Improvements, guards, turrets, mythic. Kept that. I think we had one of those before, didn't we? Yeah, nothing. Walkers, Hostile Desert. Nothing. Endless Sands. Nothing. Refuse to Cooperate. Split cards. Driven Farm to Market. Leave the Chance. This is all bulk rares. Claim to Fame. Cuts. Ribbons. Failure and Comply. Nothing for all those split cards. We got here Pull from Tomorrow. It's a usable card. Yep, $2.39. And Ikoria just out of nowhere. Guild Mage, Indrik, Old Lands. Nope. Okay. Keep on going. Every stack's a little different. That's the weird part. Like you can tell, there's just a bunch of cards thrown in a box. Cat Commons. Let's see. Oh, this is bulk. That's actually fine. It gets me get through it quicker. Razak has rights. No, okay, nothing there. The Condemned. Nothing. Eugenie's Expertise. Nothing. Rares though. She has the Hornets, Manoliths, Marauders, Colonies, Gifted Aetherborn. That's a playable, but I don't think it's like buy listable. Nah. Nope. Okay. Still a lot left in here. Yeah, kind of like this. Like I said, it's just stuff thrown in a box. So like any little stack I grab could be something. The Eternal here. Nothing. Bulk. Foil, common. Essence Scale, counter target. Creature spell. I mean, old foils back then might be something. I doubt it, but. Almond Cat, foil, probably nothing. Yeah, nothing. Didn't think so. Okay. And okay, those are done. Let's see what else we got. Some loose cards down here. clean this up. Then we'll just have this last line. Looks like there's some older stuff and a lot of sleeve stuff in this line here. Supreme Will Crook. Oh, Ketras. These are the monuments I'm looking for. Ketras? Yeah, 530. Ronas. 116. Hazarets. 137. Edifice. Hazarets again. 137. Nice. Beats the Afterlife. Nothing there. Okay. I'll also scan that. Wall's in my hand. Okay. Not bad. So I figured we'd find some of those monuments. They're uncommon in the set, so why wouldn't they be there? All right. This last line here. This is what we got. A lot of sleeve stuff. Come on, give me some, like, decks. That would be great. Definitely some cool lands. Mutation. Break Asunder. Warriors. Gempalm Strider. I don't think that's anything. But uncommons, like I said, I'll take a second to scan them. Virgin Growths. Biologists. Tracers. Totem Speaker. Uncommon, nothing. Amulets, no. What we got? Come on, give me something crazy. Graxaplon. What the heck is that? Nope, nothing. Well, this is a deck. It wasn't a very fancy one. I don't know if it was. I think it was just... Oh, it could have been. Kamal Summons. 206. Sure, for an uncommon. Good old Scarecrow. Shield Gryphs. Okay, a lot of nothing. No problem. Moving on. Next chunk. Yeah, so I'm guessing all these sleeve ones are... It seems like these are probably decks at one point, or at least partial decks. So that's pretty good when we get to those. All right. This looks like it's very clean edges, so probably nothing crazy. Which is Golems, Unknown Shores. Remember, that last collection of those Unknown Shores was crazy. Burnished Heart, great card. This is sorted at least. This set, I don't know which commons or uncommons to look for, to be honest with you, so I'll probably miss some things in here, if there is anything. Tormented Hero. Athlete Crusader. Yeah, I'm not going to recognize. I'll have to scan all this later. I'm not going to recognize what's good. Hunter. No. Hunters. Deal of Nylea? I feel like that might be something. No. Nope. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Singers, Hoplites, Chimeras. Nothing crazy there. Okay. Like I said, you can see like the edges are really clean. I hate to say it, but like that's what I don't want to see, because that means it's like either newer cards or, you know, it could be some bulky stuff. You want to see some, like, I hate to say it, but like almost like dirtier cards. Because they get some A's, they get some play, you know. You don't want to beat up or anything, but Wooden Sphere, there's a classic. Werebear, 8th edition, Odyssey. This is where I think you might find some good bulky stuff. Sylvan Might, is that pullable? No. Naturalize. Scouting Trek, search your library. It's maybe something, not really. Instincts. Boon. Nothing pullable. Room One with Nature, that was something, right? Yeah, that was a $2 card. That was worth pulling. Thought so. Right, but gross, I just like those, so I pull them. Trinkle Thickets, lots of those. The Palace. Beautiful old lands. Look at that. That's incredible. There's Path Cutter. Lures, Scouts, Invokers. Feinhorn Elder? Nah. Llanowar Elites, Symbiotic Elf. I feel like that's something. Nope, I was wrong. Paths. Elvish Aberration. Query and Elves, those are good, right? Crazy good art. Nope, maybe just the old ones are. Elvish Lyricist? No. Viridian Lore. Bearers. Good art. I love the art in this whole one. Man, I just don't remember the cards. I didn't play it this time. Rangers. Yeah, Rangers. That's pullable. Yeah, 90 cents. So it's like buy listable probably. So you probably get a quarter for, maybe at the most, but it's pullable. Okay. Guardian. That's nothing. All right. Trying to keep this in a good pile. I'm making a mess. Okay, rolling on again. Jeez, this shoebox is going to take me like 45 minutes to go through. Elvish Pioneer. No guidance. A lot of elves. This person loved their elves. That's for damn sure. 10th edition booklet. Those are cool. I wish they did more stuff with that, with like the just the inserts nowadays. They don't. They don't do anything like that for like art or lore or anything. It kind of sucks. Spires. Cross with the Goblin Lord. Again, this is what, Worldwake? Yeah, of course they've had one of these before. 279, 2 of those. Rough Riders. Scan through some of these commons because I'm not familiar with them. Nothing though. Nah, okay. Burst Lightning's Shrine Expedition. Nothing. Searing Blaze. When there's multiple like that, like I'll definitely scan one because if you can scan one, you could get a hit with all of them. No. Rune Flare Trap. I think I tried all these before, but there's nothing. Press for Pure Flame. Oh, Bushwhacker. Yeah, 160. Okay. Hedron Scrabbler. Looks like the Roaming Throne a little bit. The Gem. OG Zendikar for the uncommon. Venture's Gear. Razor Boomerang. Nothing. Did I scan that? I don't think I did. No, nothing. Carnage Altar. We should draw a card, maybe. Nope. Defeats. Conjurer's Bauble. I feel like that's pullable. Kind of not really. Light and Rift Elemental. No, I don't think so. Okay. Still digging through. Finding lots of smalls. It was funny seeing that Tree of Perdition in here. Like, that was a really random thing to have in just a random box of stuff. But also, I do think this is partial decks coming up. So it might be interesting. This is all sleeve stuff. So let's see how this goes. If you could feel how grimy these sleeves are. Goro's Mo, that's a good hit from Champions, right? No, it's not. I thought it was. Onslaught, Legion, Scourge. Encampments. Maybe, I don't know. Nope. Steps, Plains. Not a lot of foils in the decks either, I noticed that. Ivory Cup. Wow, someone actually put that in a deck. Someone actually played with that? I don't know, this is uncommon, it's a blessing. All those, you know, Gain of Life for like if you cast a spell, the old ones, it's funny because you think maybe they'd have some use, but not really. Maybe in a very specific deck. Nothing really here. Okay. If that was a deck, it wasn't a very good one. Yeah, you should, if you could feel these sleeves. I tell you, they're pretty, is that, oh, look at that. Oh no, look how damaged that is. Well, we got a Shockland, but it is damaged. Okay, well, it's in there. 1323, definitely not 1323. Oh, I hope there isn't, now that I've seen them, that's great, but they better not be damaged. That's the thing, like you can find the card, but is it in good condition? And that's, okay, it's still, the cool thing is playable. Very nice. Hey, first Shockland. I've been waiting for some rare lands. All right. A damaged one is better than none. I'll take it. I'd prefer if it wasn't damaged, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Looks like this part of this collection probably had some water damage. Not bad, but just like enough where it really curled them and made them kind of nasty. Okay. Well, hey, I'm happy. We got a shot clan. That's great. That's great. Let's find some more. Oh, there's some. I'll just say no foils. All right, come on. Give me a good deck. Give me a crazy deck here. Foil Phalanx Leader. Probably nothing, right? But the old foils, you never know. They're worth scanning 38 cents. Nope, that's nothing. That's bulk. God's Willing, Fabled Hero. Bulk. Valor, Heliod. Dauntless Onslaught, God's Willing. Another one, Gift of Immortality. Yeah, 382. That'll work. What is this? There's like 4 of these. Nothing. Nothing here. Dauntless Onslaught again. Foil Common. Chosen by Heliod. 13 cents for the non-foil. So the foil is probably what? 30 cents? 58. 58. So maybe buy listable. Again, I'll throw it in the box. They give me a dime for it. Sure. It's already going there anyways. Verdict. Heliod again. Pegasus. What of Heliod? This is a deck they really didn't keep it in order at all. Upside down. Another Gift of Immortality. Take another one of those. Perfect. $2 on those. Observant there. Okay. Yeah, my guess is just decks, partial decks. But there's pullables in there. There's smalls. Every little bit helps when you're trying to get back 610. All that shipping costs. That's what got me. Okay, this box is actually almost done. Angel Salvation from Future Sight. Okay. Nothing reprinted. Scourge. Nothing. Stir the Pride. Uncommon from Darksteel. Reciprocate. Check all those. Bunch of beautiful old lands. Sigil of the New Dawn. Rare from Onslaught. 2 of them. 35 cents a piece. Nothing there. A bonus chance. I don't think that's anything, is it? No. Ethereal Haze. Promo damage that would be to my creatures this turn. I mean, basically a fog, right? Nope. Crazy Alarms. Martian Glove Master. 8th edition. Love seeing the 8th edition stuff, but I don't think there's been many hits in there yet. Tundra Wolves. So my guess is like it's pretty sorted, but I don't think they did it in like a pickable way. I think it was just this is how they have their collection sorted, and that's just kind of how it was. Definitely not a picked thing. Like I said, this isn't picked through. This is however it was left, and I guess I happened to pick it up. Worm's Tooth. Here's some more sleeves. Come on, give me something crazy. Give me something crazy in the sleeve stuff. Courage, Thresher, Threshers, Horizons, Metamorphic Worms, Swing Snares, Trust Golems, Construct. That was a pullable, I think. Yeah, buck. Pendants? No. Court Tapper? No, that's been reprinted. Pendant Prism? I don't think so. Not really. Heliophile. Nurok Stealth Suit. That's a good common. Yeah. 84 cents. I've used that before. Oh, I was just saying, look at that. I've used it before as like a budget Lightning Greaves, pretty much. It's like a budget Lightning Greaves. I mean, you know. Aether Vial, yeah, that's uncommon you would find in this kind of bulk. Again, perfect condition. Awesome. $5.99. Not huge, but again, it's little stuff like that work. There's Stealth Suit, nice. Another Aether Vial. Just want to hear that bing again. Spyglass, I don't think so. No, Darksteel Ingot, that's a pullable common, right, from this? Yeah, ish, kind of not really. Siege Sled, nope. Razor Golem, Tangle Golem. I didn't scan this common, just out of curiosity. I was wondering if we are going to see some Relic Vials. Or, I'm sorry, some Aether Vials. That's awesome. Duplicate for the uncommon. The thing is with, like, Darksteel Mirrodin, there is so many commons and uncommons worth pulling. There really is. Vessel, the Ocean Soldiers, class, another Stealth Suit. I'll take those. Sacrifice to add Wooburg, maybe. Well, it's not trash. It's not good, but Tangle Bloom, Gemstone Arrays. Yeah, it's pullable. Fleeting Even. Nope. Dawn's Reflection. Eternal Witness. Yep. Yeah, 362. Again, it's market price, so it's not exactly that. But again, it just lets me know if it's pullable. That's what I care about, because then later on, once I've got all my pullable stuff, then I break it down into, like, you know, stuff under $1, stuff $1 to $5, 5 to 10, and then everything above that. Whiplash trap. Tell me that's what I'm thinking of. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the trap I'm thinking of? Because there's a really good one. I just don't remember what the hell it's called. It's Witch's Mist. Love the Arts and Future Sight. Come on, more Future Sight stuff would be great. Frenzy Sliver. It's a sliver. Not a good one. Deckmore Salvage. Original one. Yeah, 642. I didn't think it was that, but I thought it was pullable. Okay, great. Grave Scrabbler, maybe? No. Frenzy Sliver. I already checked that, didn't I? That was nothing. March. Another Frenzy Sliver. Ragged Veins. Distress. Dance of Shadows. It's Spirit. It's worth checking. Maybe. Nope. Energy Chamber. Nothing. Painted Prism. Baton of Courage. Etched Oracle. Look how dirty these things are. They're just filthy. Skyreach Manta. Probably nothing, right? Nothing. Legions. Whatever that is. I was wondering if we'd see some of these. Okay, great. Avenger. Might as well scan it. Arcbone Wanderer. I was wondering if we'd seen Blasting or Grinding Stations. There you go. Grinding Station. Uncommon. 1339. That's what I'm looking for. You know, it's funny. Like, there's all those uncommons, like Ymir and the Icecrown Scepters. Like, am I going to see him or not? And there's perfect condition. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. Gemstone Array. Another Stealth Suit. Again, those are pullables. Nothing there. Prisms. Usables, but not pullables. Morningstar. I don't think that's anything, but I'm going to scan it either way. Definitely not the Forgotten Ancient. No, I think I've tried to check that like 5 times. Ooh, Honor Worn Shaku. That works great with, is it Calamax? I think it's Calamax, the one from the 2020 Commander decks. I love that Commander. It was really good. It was really mean. All right. And we're rolling through again. Teller of Tales. I think those are anything. Extreme Vortex, Concentrates, Trinket Mage. No, that's nothing, right? I keep thinking it is, but it's not. I mean, it's playable. Gauntlets. No. Greed. Rats. Sorry, Bats. Fleshgrafter. Fleshgrafter. A million of those. Lose Hope. Betrayal of Flesh. Well, I think that's good. Wall of Blood. I know that one's pretty good. Yeah, $1.22. Wretched Mind. Let's see. And then just Ikoria stuff thrown in there for some reason. Gorger, some apes. I mean, maybe if they were building a deck, but it's not really sleeved up. These traps. I'm going to check every single one until I find the one. I'm trying to think. Everyone's screaming at me like, this is the trap you're looking for. I'm not sure what the name of it is. Helmar Depths. Huge Run Crab. There's an uncommon you want to find. Oh, I was just putting the Tarkir Dragonstorm deck. Damn it. OG one's still $385. Before that was put in there, I'm sure it was like 10, 12 bucks. It was a good one. Trade wins. Okay. Looks like I got one little stack here. Then that'll probably end this video because, again, I still got all that to go through. So this might be, I thought maybe like 3 videos. This probably maybe go like 5. Just a lot of cards. It is what it is. And I don't want to rush through it. I want to enjoy it. The nice thing, too, is, like I said, I just enjoy going through it. So it's not a rush. You can relax and go through it and find some really cool stuff. Yeah, I still got all this to go through. Those boxes, that's full. That's full. And those things are, I think those are full. So, all right. Last little bit right here for this box. Sphere, Agents, The Escape. I don't know. Yeah, Chromatic Escape, 623, uncommon. Future Sight. Sure. Sure. I'll take it. Logic Knots. I don't think that's anything. It's been reprinted. Tip cards are always cool. Just kidding. Not really. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Golem. Wizard replica. No? No. This Scutters, Axe, Cleavers. Plus, those must be blocked by an Eldrazi if possible. Why would you want that? Unless you put Death Touch on it, maybe, but that sounds terrible. I guess if you're playing Standard and that's what you're playing, I guess, sure. If during that time. Foil Rare, Swarm Intelligence. 77 cents. So yeah, maybe buy listable. Maybe. Goes in the pile. Goes in the pile. Scattered Groves. Finally, some of those rare lands. Yeah, a bulk one. I found one of the rare lands in there. All right. Last little stack of this video. And then we'll have to pause it for the next one. But again, lots of pickable stuff. Not a lot of huge ones in here, but there was a lot of like really cool commons and uncommons we're finding. A lot of like $3 to $10 cards. And like I said, dude, it adds up really quick. You got to realize it adds up really quick when you have this many cards. Suntouched Mirror? I don't think that's anything. Nope. I haven't seen any Fabricates yet either. Rust Elemental, is that something? Yeah. Bucko 5, Baubles Pullable, Banshee's Blade? Nope. Trident. Hey, there it is. The Trident, $1.05. Lightning Greaves, finally. First one we've seen. Perfect condition again. Back fresh, just sitting there. $4.72. No, Guardian Idol. Again, Mirrodin, Darksteel, like so many commons and uncommons where it's just pulling. Healer's Headdress, I don't think that's anything. Helm, Fire Shrieker, I don't think so. No. Battle Horns, that's a pullable. Yes, 213. I've seen this like 5 times, I just don't remember. No. The Thin Air. It's a Spirit, I'm going to check. Spin into Myth. Edge of Autumn. Cool, cheap ramp card. No, not good anymore. Augurs. Sprout Swarms. Why? I think that's pullable. I don't know. Cavern. Silversmith. Uncommon Future Sight. Uncommon Carry Away from Darksteel. Nothing. All right, getting towards the end of this one, we got your Empath. Disrepair. The Forest. You gotta appreciate the old art here for Future Sight, though. It's absolutely incredible. These frames are incredible. All right, so 43 minutes in. I guess I'm gonna cut this off here. This is part 3. That whole shoebox took me like 45 minutes, mostly because it was unsorted. If it was like organized a little better, probably would have taken less. And plus, I'm not really rushing through it. I'm enjoying the process of going through his collections and seeing them. So that's what I got so far. This is part 3. Stick around. Part 4 coming soon. All right, let's start this again. Next part of this collection, we're getting down to this last little bit here. 2 booster boxes worth of some random stuff, filled with some random stuff, and all these little boxes. So I'm just going to grab one and go. So far, again, this collection has been pretty good. I've really been enjoying it, honestly. There's been a lot of pickable things. Definitely some cool cards of value that are, you know, above that couple dollar value I look for in the bulk, which has been fantastic. So I like it. For those that are just seeing this now, this is a collection I got from Auction Zip from an auction house in Australia. So it shipped all the way from Australia. Chromatic Sphere from Mirrodin. Not really buy listable, but it's a playable card. What did I get? The Darksteel, these commons. Gotta check them. I like to, like, a lot of this looks just like pack fresh. Like they probably just organize them and then just put them away. Churchill pens, decays. But yeah, this collection, all said and done, cost me $610. Shipped to my door. Duskworker. Brown Oof. Check these uncommons. Might as well. Science Sanctum. I think that's a good one right there. Oh, there you go. No, maybe not. Talisman. Talismans are always good. Not the Commander one. This is the original one. 265. Sure, that's pullable. So yeah, this cost me $610. Come on. There we go. Shipped to my door. And again, the funny part is the collection only cost $320. The shipping is what costs the $290. Pretty crazy. Landscape, I don't think that's anything. Nope. Mystics, no. What we got here? Worker, I don't think that's anything. Check them though. Joiner. No. Okay. So Workers, Whisper, Silk Cloaks. Again, this is like 5 or 6 we found in this collection so far. $340. And again, like pack fresh. It was just open, throw in the bulk, and then just left there. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Morningstar note, workers. A lot of these commons, uncommons, we've seen a lot before in the collection. Some in decks, some just other bulk. So it's, again, it's like it's sorted, but not totally sorted. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. War Wagon. Is that anything? I don't think so. No. Replica? No. Disarm. Haven't seen any Fabricates yet. The uncommon from Mirrodin. Surprised. Weeping So. Bruisers. Vexes. Bolas. Shatter. No. Flux. Stinger. Another Whisper So Cloak, man. Every time. We'll take those. Darcy Ingots. We pull those as well. Alpha Mirrors. I don't think... No, that's not a mana producing one. Okay. A lot of those mirrors, they produce mana, so they're kind of like cheap little creature mana rocks in a way. Again, very cool budget card. Worth pulling. Okay. Let's grab another chunk. Again, like the set here, I'm seeing more Chittering Rats. Chittering Rats. No. No, I don't think so. Okay, put those aside. Let's see. Stoker. No Krark Clan Ironworks yet either. I'm surprised I haven't seen any of those uncommons. But we still have a lot to go through still, so. Ghosts, Stokers, Crazy Goblins. Sorted, but again, not picked through. Okay. Essence Drain. Scarabs? No, I don't think so. Lashers. Containment Bond. Was that something? No. Scavengers. Hungers. Echoing Rain. They're like, I'm looking for like Seething Song. Isn't that like a common from one of these? I feel like it is. Uncommon, I forget. Flame. Colors. Strain Together. It's uncommon. I'll scan it. Why not? Nope, nothing there. Chimeric Egg. No. Archon Slith. Hey. Mirror Retriever. We like those. OG Mirrodin. Yeah. Double Masters. 350. No, sorry. 333. That's not right, though. Let's see. Mirrodin. Again, market price. 117. That's about more accurate. Yeah, like $1 or so. Makes sense. Spectre Shroud. No, nothing there. Idolize, nothing. Atog is a classic. Wild Blood, there's a pullable. Yeah, $1.22 again. Playable, buy listable, and that's what most of these are going to be. Okay. Yeah, this is what I saw. So, like I said, the biggest thing I saw in the collection was the Darksteel box. So that was like, all right, like that gives you an idea of the era, which is a good thing because that's what it is. I wasn't sure if that's exactly what it would be, but it is. Dismantles, Tears of Rage, Fireball, Mourner's Shields. Hey, Talisman. Talisman, nice. 133, sure. Spawning Pit, I don't think that was anything. Oh, it was. Okay, 155. We had some of those before. Roothold? No. Seekers, Mystics, Soldier Replica? No. Hover Sail? I don't remember these at all. I don't, you know, didn't play them this time, so this is all a lot of this new to me, but I've seen some before, and there's a lot of good pullable commons and commons from this set. Just gotta find them. And then we go into Guilds of Ravnica. Sure. Because that makes sense with this collection. Okay. But again, this was 2 lots, as I said before. This was 2 different auction lots from the site. So, again, don't know which parts are from which collection. They put them all in one box and shipped it to me, so it just kind of is what it is. Lots of basic lands, and okay. I should be able to finish this in this last video. Then I think I'm going to do a wrap-up at the end, like a final video showing the results, because this has a lot of pickables and a lot of stuff that like was good value, like, you know, 10, 20 bucks and up, which is nice. Definitely good surprises. So when I do those, I like to wrap up and actually show at the end what some of them are. Nothing there. Random sleeve stuff, which is probably in decks at one point. Yeah, Guilds of Ravnica is a tough. It's one of those sets when I see it in bulk, I'm never too happy because there's really nothing in Guilds of Ravnica like commons or uncommons worth hunting for. The Raptor, 107, but it's a little curled, so definitely played. Rampaging Ferocidon, beat up corner there. Let's see. Nothing. The thing is now too, so many cards get reprinted in commander decks like precons, it kills the value. It really does. But you can still find other things. Burning Sun's Avatar. Bulk. Disruptive damage. Again, it's weird. It goes from like Ixalan to this. Raptors. Wayward Swordtooth. Yeah, 256. That'll work. Actually, that's the Commander Masters version. Rivals of Ixalan. 238. Basically the same thing. Okay. Lands. Ikoria 5th Dawn. It doesn't make sense, but they're together. Dawn's Reflection. I think I checked before. Eyes of Nowhere. Sinister Sabotage. Okay. A couple more stacks in this one, and this one will be done. Oh, look at that. I was just saying. Seething Song. Perfect. Yeah, common from Mirrodin. Yeah, 550. No, that's not the Archenemy one. 574. Again, market price, but still, I'll take that. Awesome. Cart Clan Shaman Serum Tank. Was that something? Nope. I scanned it before. I thought it was something. It wasn't before, and it's not now. Barb Lightning. And I'm going to see another one. I'm probably going to scan it. All right, let's see. Nourish, the Golem, Darksteel Index. I pull those playables. So, Landshaper Golem. But the nice thing is, now that I've kind of been going through some of these, seeing a lot of Darksteel Mirrodin sets, which are so close. What's that, like number 7 of these things? Awesome. You get a feel for what's pullable, what's not. Workers, Moon Vessels. Hollow. Did I check that before? I feel like I did. Yeah, not really. Playable. Rest, Ritual. No. Membrane. It's a wall. Nothing. Duplicate. Siege Sled. I feel like I checked some of these before. I'm going to check them again. Scrounge. Guess Grimoire. I know that's a hit. Yep. 363. Trident. 108. Okay. Thunderstaff. Nothing. Gargoyle. Purge. See, again, I know a lot of these uncommons and things I'm scanning are probably nothing, but if I'm not sure, it's better that I check, especially because there's a lot of duplicates in this. It takes a second to check one. That way if it is one, then moving forward, you just grab it. Very cool beat up Darksteel box. That'll go in the trash. All right. Finish up this box here. We got your Great Furnace. Yep. Not the Plane Chase version. The Mirrodin. 421 market. Very cool. Spell Bombs. Behemoth. So, Golems. Another Whisper Silk Cloak, man. I can't wait when I finish up to see how many of those things I got. I think there's like 7 or 8 now at this point. Thief of Sanity. Rare. The Ancient Iron Mirror. See, these are those like cheap mana rock creatures. Not really worth anything though. Attainment Bond. Tame the Spiders. I keep seeing this Vex card. Yeah, I don't think it's anything. Rock Spy, Tango Bloom. Oh, another one of those. Like $4 or so. Not a lot of rares from Mirrodin, I'm looking like. Unless I just haven't got to them yet. Like, I don't know if there's like a rare box, but like, all I'm seeing is commons and uncommons. Like, this is all the bulk stuff. But like, I wonder if all the, like, where's the good stuff? I'd say the good stuff. Like the rares, the mythics, and the foils, and everything from the collection. It's like, they're not to be found in here. So maybe they're in there. Maybe I'm about to hit them, but I just haven't got to them yet. Abomination. Construct, that's a pull, but I know that's like a $1 card. Mask. 616. All creatures able to block equipped creature do so. Yeah, okay. If you want to put yeah. And again, it's just a bulk card sitting in a bulk pack fresh. 616, sure. Sliff? Nope. Sled Spine Crusher. No. Okay. Yeah, like I haven't seen any like really foil Mirrodin stuff. I haven't seen any hardly any, if any, rares or mythics from there. So it's kind of weird. All right. It's Ixalan box. Okay, I see some sleeve stuff. That's 1 damage mountain. All right, let's go through it. Looks like, again, I'm guessing all these sleeve ones are probably decks. Citywide Bust. It's a bulk, right? Yeah, it's a bulk. What is this? What do we got here? Guitarist Nick. Your opponent can't do for 2 turns. Attacks for 3,509. Defends for 3,100. That's pretty good. And then they made a Final Fantasy card that kind of is like that a little bit. What's that, cactus? That thing's gonna be crazy. All right, anyways. Sea Dasher Octopus. We had a borderless one earlier. Turtle. Ominous Seas. That's a pullable, isn't it? No, not Lamplight Phoenix. Ominous Seas. Yeah, that's a pullable. All right, more sleeve stuff. Let's see. They have so many elves in this collection so far. Headless one. Okay. Elvish Guidance. Yeah, these are actually little pullables. Naturalize. Naturalize? No, I don't think so. Timberwatch Elf. Yeah, little guys. Look at the art. Again, you can't really beat this old art. It's fantastic. Just second some of these old commons. Pioneer. No. Warrior. Firewood Elf. Wood Elves? I think that's something, right? No, it's not. Charge. Timberwatch Elf. Elvish Soul Tiller from Legions. Must be reprinted 55 cents. Wood Heralds. I'm sure some of these elves are probably going to be good and pullable later on. So I'm guessing another elf deck. There was like 3 or 4 elf decks already. I guess they like their elves. Well-Wisher, Giant Growths. Monstrous Growth? No. Elvish Pioneer. Herald. Taunting Elf? Nah. Nope. Pulse of the Tango. There's actually a rare from Dark Steel. Nothing. Bulk. Naturalize. Not a big, heavy land cycle so far. Like, I haven't pulled like a lot of like rare, good lands. Which I'm surprised. Usually you find them in some decks. I mean, even some little ones. But I guess not this one. Channeler? Something? Yeah, Channeler 167. It's a pullable. Okay. Again, another little elf deck. That's probably like the third one in this collection. So they like their elves. Let's move on. Guilds of Ravnica. Commons run commons from guilds. I just go right past. There's nothing worth searching for in there. Whoa, but that's not a common. Okay, yeah, that's where you put Shocklands with your other common lands. Pack fresh too, look at that. So they just put it in here, their lands, and forgot about it. 1407. Perfect. I'll take that for sure. And that's the Steam Vents. Yeah, that's where you put your lands. You put your... This one's not damaged. The other one was brutal. Not that version. This is Guilds of Ravnica. 1598 market. Awesome. 2 Shocklands. Give me some more. I'll take more Shocklands. Awesome. 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 Tokens. Yeah, you put your Shocklands with your guild gates. That's... And then just leave them there. Forget about them so that I can get them. I'm fine with that. Holy tokens. Tokens, tokens, tokens. Okay. All right. I'm happy with this box here. This is like a lot of tokens. This is the token box? It could be. No, but like, that's disgusting. Amonkhet sorted. I wonder if this is just another collection of just bulkish stuff. Okay, I guess not. Maybe get some rares here. Harsh Mentor. Doom. Nothing. Experiments. Foil rare assembled alphas. Elder's Moon, foil, nothing. Bulk. Glorious End for your mythic. Bulkish. Foil Renegade there for the common. So again, it's sorted, but there's rares in there. So maybe this is just how they kept their collection. You never know. All right. So you get bulk stuff like that, you can go through this stuff pretty quick. A lot of tokens. Pokemon card. What is this? Okay. Well, there's codes there if somebody can use those. You have to pause it and look quick. It's a token bulk box. Look at that. All tokens. Okay. I know there are some tokens that can't. There's hair in there. That's disgusting. That's gross. All right. Okay. The Harvester. Bulk. It's a pyramid. Lots of lands. More tokens. Express. I may look later, like Amonkhet, Kaladesh, Eighth Revolt, just see if there's any commons or uncommons worth grabbing, and I'll go through later. But I'm probably not going to like scan all of these, honestly. There might be a couple small hits in here, but we'll see. Aeronauts, Dismissals, Fumigates. Approach the Second Sun. There's a cool little win con. Really? That's a list. This is always a $367. Okay, yeah, I always thought it was like a $2 card, so it's about there. Crackdown for a rare. Yeah, my guess is this is just how they sorted their collection. They kept it in a box, and that was it. Pre-release card. Very cool. Pre-release Toolcraft Exemplar. Ooh, Cigars 8. Toolcraft Exemplar for your pre-release dollar card. Nothing really. Cigars 8. Nice. Yeah, $743. That's a good one. Can I grab half this deck? Bounty Agents. Those are bulk. That's bulk. I'm guessing was like a standard deck maybe from a few years ago. Guilds Red, Light of the Legion, Light of Autumn. Nope. Okay, if there's like a standard deck here, there should be some Shocklands here or something. Gruesome Menagerie. That's a bulk, right? Yeah, that's nothing. Again, Guilds of Ravnica, Commons. Okay, come on, give me a say Sacred Foundry. Nope. No. Yeah, Guilds of Ravnica. It's just one of those sets. There isn't any good commons or uncommons really that are noteworthy. So it's like the nice thing is when you go through like the bulk stuff like this, you can just skip right past it. All right. Divine Visitation. There's a good mythic from Guilds of Ravnica. Reprinted, so 432. Amera. Oops. List reprint 264. Guilds of Ravnica 25 cents. That's funny. Okay. Mythic Tristani Discordant. Bulk. So, I don't know, maybe this is probably a standard deck several years ago. That's my guess. Or just a Guilds of Ravnica deck, Dawn of Hope. Bulk, 37 cents. And that's about it there. Okay. So, finish that now. I got those 2 boxes left of all those little deck boxes, which should be fun to go through. So, again, didn't see a lot of like the Fifth Dawn, the Mirrodin, all those kind of rares. I'm hoping we see some in these next lots, but I don't know. But we got 2 little boxes left, and we're gonna see what we get. Let's put this in here. Good enough. Good enough. All right. Let's see. Get this dark steel box out of the way. I guess let's just go with this one. What do we got here? Land pack, my guess? Yep, land pack. Okay. Yeah, it's a land pack. All right, what do we got here? Guild pack Gruul Wilding. So is this actually the theme deck, or is it just a bunch of other stuff? Ravnica. Guild pack. Gruul Signet. I mean, it's a green one, but it's still a cool signet. It's pullable. Why sometimes I'm not familiar with. Ledgewalker. Thralls. Thoughts. I'm not sure if this is that deck or if it's not. Culling Sun. Bulk rare. Yeah, I wonder if they bought a bunch of theme decks. That's what it was. Dowsing Shaman. Ravnica City of Guilds. Rage Pits. Yeah, Rage Pits. $1.34. It's pullable. Look at these. Just old lands. Awesome. So this is probably what this was. It was probably just this theme deck just sitting in here. These are old too. Prowlers. Worms. Bunch of cool lands. Guild Mage. Non-basic land walk. Okay. Apprentice, Bloodscale, Oath, Elemental. Probably nothing creative. Borborygmos. Nothing. Let's see. But I imagine some of these theme decks probably have some good stuff in there. Worm, Weaver, Coil. Nothing. Gather Graces. Okay. Nothing really crazy there. Okay. So again, I'll probably go through and do a quick scan of all these like in time. But I don't want to scan every little thing right now. So what do we got here? 10th edition core set Arcanist's Guile. All right, let's see. That's definitely 10th edition. So Lacerators, World Wakes, Senecars, Gatekeeper of Malakir. Is that a thing? Nah. Mire Blights, Trolls. Vampire Bite. Airflowing Chalice. I like no, not really. Hex Mage, no, reprinted a bunch of times. Beckonings. There's some 8th edition. Essence Drain. Decay. Or Spoil. Uncommon. I'll check it. No, nothing. Shredding Rats. I feel like, did we scan those before? I don't think those were really anything. Imps, Fifth Dawn. Nothing there. Okay. Small little packs. I was hoping that some of these would be decks, but I'm guessing these are, well, some of these are probably just these actual theme decks. What is this? Ivory Doom deck from Onslaught. I love the old boxes and stuff. This isn't like a deck. It's like half full. Mana Geyser, Fifth Dawn. Yeah, 245. That's a pullable one for sure. Stack these piles better. Let's see. Bruisers, Pillars, Valisks. Charge, nothing there. I'll check one. 79 cents was actually pullable. Might as well just pull it out. Again, that's something like, it probably will buy list for a little bit. It's worth throwing in the box. Zealots. Check them. Nothing. Couple squads, nothing there. No fetch lands, man. Where's all the fetch lands? See a lot of Onslaught. Astral Slide? No. Okay. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. Done. Gotcha. All right. Darksteel, Swarm and Slam. Old Mirrored Lands, man, these are gorgeous. There's a lot of cool lands in this collection so far. Seething Song again. Yeah, $5. Awesome. Strike Tree of Tails, sure. 86 cents, nothing crazy, but it's pullable. Okay. All right. We've got Odyssey, Trounce-O-Matic. I have no idea what's in these deck lists. But I know that some of them can have some pretty good stuff. So I know like the Nuts and Bolts one from Mirrodin. No, whatever set that's from. I remember before it was reprinted, the Steel Shaper's Gift, that was where you can get it, was in that theme deck. And I remember I bought a bunch of those just for those cards before. So you can do those. But now I think it's, they've all been open now. Vault of Whispers, $1.45, sure. Collar, Headdress, Lurkers, Genesis Chamber, that's a pullable uncommon, right? Yeah, $2.73. Yep. Barb Lightning, Seething Song again. Nice. Mana Geyser again. Yep. $3 a piece for those. Great. The Seething Song is like $5 a piece. That's crazy for a common. Goblin Brawlers, Ogres. But again, that's what you find in collections like this. It's all those small commons that haven't been reprinted in forever. And they just go up little by little over time. Reign of Rust. No. Okay. I don't think anything there. All right, one little box left in this one, and then we'll get to the last one. So we're actually almost done with this collection. This was a big collection. I would say probably 5,000 to 6,000 cards, maybe even more. It was quite a lot. Like I said, I think it was like 22. It was 25 pounds shipped. So it may take a couple pounds out for like the packaging and stuff. It's probably like 23 pounds. Crashing Centaur, the Avenger, Mongrel, Spiders, Wizards, Ascensions, Goblin War Wagon, Ancient Den. Yep. Not the Plane Chase one. I know we've scanned it before, but $2. So again, playable, buy listable, love the chromatic spheres. I pull those. Iron Mirrors, replicas. Galvanic Key, I don't think so. Frogmite, I feel like that should be worth something, but it's really not. Cathodian, Serum Tank. I'm not scanning it. I know it's not worth anything. Thirst for Knowledge. No. Come on, where's the Fabricates? Battle Horns. I feel like that is. It is. Yeah, $2. Crown? No. 2 and tap to shuffle your library. Maybe? No? Power Conduit. That's a good one. I know that one. Yep. Blade Trap. A lot of uncommon artifacts. That's great. Moon Vessels, Stingers, Bruisers. Nice Genesis Chamber. Yep. A couple bucks there. Leaden Mirror. The green one? Probably not. No, that's the black one. Spider Asp. Collars. Nope. Okay. cool. That finishes that box. Down to the last 4 little boxes. And probably good because my phone, which I'm scanning on, is at 11%. So hopefully I can finish it up before that runs out of battery. All right. Let's finish this collection up. Last 4, let's see. Some Theros. Are these like intro decks? Or like pre-release decks, maybe? I'm not sure. Lands. I mean, clearly that's not what's in there. So, Scarabs, Murder Spoils, Nemesis Trap. I'm trying to think of what the name of that one trap is, and I can't think of it right now. I have no idea. It's escaping me. Nothing there. Swats, Dredgelings, Death Pulse, uncommon. We're checking. Nope. Chain of Smog again. Hey, second one. We got one earlier in the collection. Very nice. Yeah, 610. Awesome. Sweet. Give me like 10 more of those. Cabal Archon? No. Disciple of Malice? No. Cruel Revival. There's Dread. Dredgeling. Siphon Mind? I don't think so. No, it's not. Yeah, it's kind of a pullable common. Prayer. Siphon Mind. It's pullable. Yep, sure. I'm guessing this is probably a deck. Ravenous Rats. Looks like it was parts of a deck, maybe. Kind of a deck. All right. Next Theros box here. What do we got here? Looks like more sleeve cards. So maybe together this is a deck? Who knows? Who knows how people sort their stuff? Shrieker. I think Disciple of Vault. That's a pullable common, right? Yeah. Pullable-ish. Terror, Ghoul, Nausea. Rats, Mind Sludge, nothing there. Ingots, I like those, I pull them. Thunderstaff, that was something, right? Yeah, that was a pullable. First off, there's Wayfarer's Bauble. Love it. Yep. Dude, down to 49 cents. Commander's Cores would be happy. It's cheap and budget again. Because for a while it was creeping up before they started reprinting it. Avalanche's the Ogre. Blast, that's something? Nah. Ritual, Brightstone Ritual. Yes, I remember that because I think someone pointed that out in a few collections ago. See, I can learn. I can remember. Nice. Ranger, I can learn. Oh, Semitic Beast? I don't think so. Nah, all right. Network Peck Debris? Debris? No debris. All right, 2 more boxes left. Okay. Overall, I love this collection. This was a lot of fun to go through. This is a great age to pick through. Like I said, like a perfect age to pick through, honestly, because of all the commons and uncommons you can just find laying around. What do we got here? These sleeves are so beat up. They're just so beat up and old. Skin Thinner from Legions, the Cleric, Plains Threader, Hunter, Ameri the Sky Ruin, OG Zendikar. 1620? Really? Okay. How's the condition? God, these sleeves are just brutal. Looks great. Looks great. Okay. 1620. Sure. The Paladin, World Wake. Nothing. I like those fallish emojis on the card. Very cool. Hunters, Groundswells, Griffins. Explorer Scope. I don't think that's anything, is it? Nah. Garden. I've been passing these. I haven't even checked. Probably should. Yeah, look at it. 99 cents. Yeah, so they're worth pulling. Walking Atlas. We know those are pullable for a common. We pulled those before. $2. Yep. Tangle Sap. That's a beautiful forest. It really is. I'm going to scan it just for fun. Look at that. $1.19. See, some of those can be good and they're pullable and buy listable. A little equipment. Sometimes these equipments, you never know. Fledgling, Sparsic Nick. Omnath, Locus of Mana for the Mythic. I mean, printed a couple times. They're probably not worth much. Yeah, 284 for Commander Masters. OG Zen. I'm sorry, World Wake, 323. Very cool. It's always cool seeing the old ones, though. Floodlands, I like them. Oran Reef Survivalist, just curious. Nah. Conqueror's Pledge, OG Zendikar. Nothing. Yeah, the Garden. I passed by a few of those before. Archon of Redemption for the rare. Nothing. Celestial Mantle. 413. Scoot Mob. 75 cents. Nothing really there. Shieldmate Threader. Freeblade. Groundswell. Walking Atlas again. Yep. I know it's good. I just want to hear the ding again. Makes me feel like I succeeded. All right. On to the last box. On to the last box. And then I will make a follow-up video showing all the results after I've scanned everything, sorted it, and so you guys can see everything that I got. Again, look at the color of these sleeves. That's pretty bad. All right, in the end, Siphon Salt. Was that a pullable? I can't remember. No. Skin thinner. I looked at one of those before. Did I? No. All right. Recover the Abomination. So yeah, overall, I think this is a very pickable collection. Vengeful Dead, I don't think so. Some zombies. Sometimes do tribal stuff. You just want to look. Yeah, see, Vengeful Dead, $1.13, so it's a buy listable one. That one, nothing. Carrion Feeder, I feel like that's a pullable. It is. $1.79. Yep, actually, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Scourge. Come on. Come on, phone. Don't screw with me now. We're almost done. We're at the very end here, Carrion Feeder. Scourge be reprinted. $2.10, sure, for a common. Okay. Lingering Death. No. For Revival, Severed Legion. I'm going to scan a bunch of these. Carrion Feeder again. Yep, that's a good hit. Death Pulse. No. Dredgeling. Lingering Death. That was a no. Clutch of Undead. Of Undeath. Twist Abomination. Buzzard. Just for fun, we'll do it. Infernal Caretaker. I don't think so. Cleric. No, this is a bunch of crap. Okay, Carrion Feeder. I'll take those. Death, no. Dragon Shadow. Tendrils of Agony. Yeah, it's pullable. Abomination, no. Clerics, no. No. Vengeful Dead, that was nothing, right? Yeah, that was nothing. Clutch of Death, that was nothing. Dragon Shadow. All right. Looks like this is going to close us out right here. Zombie Brute. Nope. Dead, nothing. In the close, Dragon Shadow for nothing. All right, so that will do it. All right, now, honestly, that was a fun collection to go through. It was two different collections, but a lot of it was from, like, that, again, Mirrodin, Darksteel, Worldwake, OG Zendikar, really cool old stuff. So let me move this out of the way. I'm going to kind of just show you real quick. Everything I pulled out doesn't mean it's everything of value. It just means that it was either, worth, like, market about $1 or more, or it was just something cool worth pulling out. Like, there was some full art, there's some full art like OG Zendikar lands, cool stuff like that, or if it was just a rare in general. So this is everything that I pulled out. Oops, as I'm making a mess here. So there it is right there. Probably what, 400 cards or so, give or take, maybe 400 or 500 cards. Very cool. I'm going to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. I'm going to scan through them, and like, what I want to do is sort them between basically like that 75 cent to $1 mark, which is, or actually, yeah, like that 75 cent to like $1 mark, just show like it's bulk, but it's kind of buy listable, then like a 1 through 5, or maybe like a $1 through $10 pile, then like $10 and up or something like that. So again, I paid $610 for this collection. I think this is what, video number 4 I had to do. So I'm going to do one more video showing the results with the value and all that. So give me some time, I'll get it all together, and thanks. So let me know what you thought about this collection from what you've seen so far. I loved it, and again, the point is to have a fun time going through collections and hopefully finding some pickable stuff, which I think I did for sure. Okay, so here's the wrap up for that Australian collection. So there was those 2 lots I bought at auction that came all the way from Australia. All said and done, the total of the cost of the collection plus the shipping was $610. So that's kind of what I'm basing this on. Now, again, the collection itself was only $320. Shipping was $290, which is absolutely crazy. But, it got here quick. So I guess it is what it is. Now, these are the 4 stacks, basically. Like, I sorted everything out, and I kind of want to go through it really quickly. This stack over here is 85 cards. This is all cards between, like, 50 cents and, like, basically $1. It's stuff that's, like, it's buy listable. It's playable, it's buy listable, but, little things like this. I'm not going to show it all, but that's what this is right here. All small stuff like this, but, pretty much all buy listable. By the way, one thing I want to say, too, is the condition of this collection was actually really fantastic. Look at those old crappy sleeves, how just dingy they were. You know what? Good thing the sleeves were on them, because otherwise it would have been in the cards. But the cards themselves were actually really good condition. Can't really complain. Only a couple of cards were actually damaged, but overall it was good. So this stack right here, like I said, 85 cards. like under $1, but they're buy listable. I figure something like that, even if I get like 20 cents, a quarter out of most of them, you know, you're looking at maybe like 20 bucks of a buy list, whatever, it's fine. This just goes into a buy list pile. It goes away and it's done. This is the next pile. This is the $1 to $5 cards. This is 148 cards. And I'm going to show this because this is actually usually the bulk of like the pickable collection. Now, the nice thing is, again, look at the, you know, the, condition is good. You can kind of see the edges a little bit. Very nice, not that much staining. They really, I think they were just open and they got thrown in a box and that was it. But again, all these are between $1 and $5 scanned. This will pretty much all go straight to a buy. Let's see again, like that one right there in the corner. It's got a little ding on it, so I'll probably actually pull it out. Shouldn't buy list that because again, I don't think they even take those when that happens like that. But yeah, again, this is all just simple. What I did was actually too was I took a little bit of time. Because again, I do have TCG Player Direct, but again, I don't have the time to just start being a single seller right now. I just don't have the time to do it. I wish I could because I could get more out of this and more of a return. I love these pitiless plunderers. Again, these are like $4 a piece. They're good. Probably buy list for $2.5, whatever it is. But what I did was I compared the buy list value, like what I would get from a buy list versus what I would get from some sales like TCG Player Direct after fees and all that. And yes, you would get more selling it individually, TCG Player Direct. But honestly, like the amount of time it would take me versus the value I'm getting, you know what? I think it's better to make the decision for all this small stuff. You just buy list it, move on from it. You know, you take a $2 card, you take like 75 cents for it and you walk away versus, you know, scanning it, sorting it, pricing it, organizing it. Then you got to pull it for the RIs for TCG Player and so on and so forth. And again, that's just my opinion. If, you know, maybe someday down the road, if I have extra time and I can start doing singles, I would love to because, you know, to be able to get every little penny out of these that I could would be fantastic. But again, a lot of small cards. You know, you put Whisper Silk Cloaks, you know, near mint from Darksteel on a TCG Player Direct, it's gone. It is sold immediately. So, actually, so that's one thing I thought about because there are several cards in here. For example, like Whisper Silk Cloak. I think there was like 8 in here. Like those are actually cards where like in multiples, like these carrion feeders are worth a couple bucks a piece. These I might actually just list on TCG Player because they're quick, they're easy. I have multiples. I might actually do that with some of these because I can get a little bit more out of it. So, you know, Mana Guys are the same thing. There's like 3 or 4 of these, whatever that was. A lot of multiples. Again, you know, things like this. There's one. But again, the nice thing was the condition was fantastic for most of these. So either way, again, this is the $1 to $5. This total was $365 is the scan price. And again, if I'm doing a buy list for something like this, you know, all kind of lower end cards, I'm going to say it's about 50% of that value, which I think is pretty close, to be honest with you. I did that with the other collection I did a few collections ago. And honestly, my payout ended up being like really close. I was within like 5% of my estimate right there. Because I think that collection was a $515 cost. And I forget what I said it was. I thought it was going to be around like around $500 or $525 for the buy list, ended up being like $485. So it was pretty close. I really was. But either way, you know, so let's say if that's like worth like $365, cut that in half, 50% for like a buy list. I'm talking about $180. So let's say I get like $200 back from all that. Again, original cost was $210 because the shipping was so crazy. But I actually sold like a stack of like the bulk rares from this on my Whatnot channel this morning, literally for $10. So we can actually just simply say that the rest of this actually only cost $600. So let's say I got about $200 in there. I'm down to about $400 left in cost. Again, that's all the smaller stuff. Now we're going to the $5 to $10 cards. So $5 to $10 cards, not many. This is the $5 to $10 and then $10 and up. So there actually wasn't a lot, but there were some pretty good ones. So $5 to $10 cards, only 25 cards, but the total value was $165. So pretty good. Love these. Again, all $5 to $10. Some are like, you know, $5, $6. Some are like, you know, 8, 9, 10. But it was a really cool lot of stuff. Again, great playable stuff. The condition is just, it's fantastic. It's like packed fresh. So love the Arsenal Skull Clamps. Absolutely incredible. Chain of Smogs, a couple of those, 2 Skull Clamps, very nice. Shishiro. Love the islands, very good. The shield, and there's the other Chain of Smog. So again, that was all the stuff between $5 and $10. Again, total value $165. Again, if I take like a 50%, like a buy list, you know, you're looking at like $80, something like that. So not much, but I'm not going to go that route with these buy lists. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a minute. This is everything $10 and up, only 19 cards, but there were some pretty good ones in here. So Tree of Perdition, that was nice. A couple of Heroic Interventions, those are always great. A couple of Walking Ballistas. This is the Steam Vents. So it's actually funny. Like this is the really damaged one. Like this, there's no point in me selling this. I would rather just take this and put it in a deck. So I'm not even going to sell that. Grinding Station, nice. Amario was good. A couple other Shocklands. Eye of Ugin was the big hit of the set. I think it was $63. Again, near mint copy, so that was great. A couple Ice Crank Scepters, OG Mirrodin, Blood Chief Ascension, Polyraptor was a nice one, Seaborn was great. Panoptic Mirror, this is a great find. Again, it was just unbanned in Commander, so it went straight to like $40, which is great. So I'm sure that'll be a quick sale. Mycosynthelath and the Sword of Kaldra. So these 19 cards for a total value of $360. Again, you know, if I were to do a quick buy list or something like that, I would get more than 50%, but I went way low and said, let me say I get 50%. So it was like 180. So if I total all that together, if I just buy listed everything, I'm estimating around 460 or something like that. So at that point, actually, it would be a loss in the collection. I'd probably lose about like 140-ish. Actually, you know what though? I still have the bulk. So I probably got about 20 pounds of the bulk from this, which I do sell after the fact as bulk. Like, I'm not trying to hide it. It is clearly, I put it on the bay, on eBay as bulk. And I say very clearly, it's commons, uncommons, leftovers from a collection. That's what it is. And those usually go for between like 40 and like $80, depending on honestly what it is. You know, when I describe the age of it, it usually goes a little more if it's a little older. Honestly, sets like collections like this, there's a lot of little boxes. You can see the dark steel box. People like that, so they just, I'm very clear. I say there's nothing good in there, but they still just think there might be sometimes. But anyways, I'll probably end up getting like $50 back or so from that bulk, give or take. So either way, I'm probably down like $100 from this collection. And that's not a big deal, because when that happens and I know I'm going to be down, then I'm going to put a little bit of work into it to try to get my money back. So again, if I can make my money back, that is a 100% win based on having fun with the collection, doing this, making these videos, and I'm super happy with it. So either way, these small lots, the everything basically from 50 cents to all the way to $5, that will all be buy listed. I'm not going to spend my time with that. But because you know, the combined value of these two stacks here, everything from $5 and up, what was this, 44 cards minus the Steam vents, so 43 cards, $525 between these two stacks right here, market value. So and the good thing is there is one specific place I do sell Magic card singles that I basically get the market price for them. It takes a little bit more time, but again, we're only talking like 40 something cards here. I can probably get rid of those in a week, no problem, and probably get close to that $500 mark to put myself in the profit for this collection. So if it comes down to like just buying it and losing $100, or taking a little bit of time to sell like 40 cards individually to making a profit, I will actually do that. Like, I will take my time and do that. So honestly, I love this collection. It was a lot of fun. This is a really fun collection. I thought it'd be a little more valuable, but it wasn't. You know, again, the numbers don't lie. I've got it all written down here. And I thought, well, so actually, let me back up. So not counting the cards under like $1, which is basically the 1 to 5, basically $1 and up. The actual total scan value was $910. So market value, you can say it was above that, but realistically, when you go to sell things or buy list them, you're going to get a lot less. So I mean, I could just scan it and say, hey, it was worth $910. But that's not realistic. It's really not. So, you know, I mean, I usually go about 50% of that as a rough ballpark figure once it's sold, once it's buy listed and traded in and all that. Not counting the bulk, not counting the other little sales I have. So, but like I said, I'll take my time with it. These will sell individually. Those will be buy listed. I'll just move on with those. But tell me what you think, because honestly, I love this collection. I thought it was really cool. Again, it came all the way from Australia. It was kind of blind lots, and it had some really good pickable stuff in there. I mean, you know, honestly, when you find a lot of $2 to $5 cards, that's expected. But to find, I mean, you know, if we just found this 2 months ago, it wouldn't have been anything big. So I mean, I can't really count that. But honestly, the big hits like the Eye of Ugin, like that was fantastic. Shock lands, just to kind of like in the bulk lands. A lot of great uncommons. This thing is so beat up, but yeah, I'll use it. Absolutely incredible. This was just in the shoebox, just sitting there, kind of weird, but absolutely love it. These are the kind of collections I like. I can have fun picking them. I can have a lot of fun picking through them, get some good value, and at the end of the day, I will make a profit on it. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I can't wait for the next one.